seen. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while.
Yes, guys, good evening. This is your Liverpool versus Arsenal preview. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone's having a good day as well. We are joined by Ricky from the 1892 Reds podcast. How's it you, Ricky?
Not too bad, mate. Thanks for having me on. It's good to chop it up about Liverpool. We've got, even with the times we're in at the minute with them, but we've got a massive game to talk about tomorrow against Arsenal.
Exactly, and Savage, how are you, my friend?
I'm all right, man. Fuck Arsenal every time, bro. They ain't beating us. Told you this already. It's not happening.
It's lucky I haven't got monetisation at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's why I said it, bro.
For anyone who don't know, YouTube is crazy at the moment. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm hanging on by a thread at the moment, bro.
A lot of people have lost their monetisation at the moment, including myself. But apparently it's just a glitch.
That's a glitch, bro.
Yeah, everyone will get it back soon. So yeah, it's a bit nuts out there because I've still got everything else like super chats, memberships, and all that. So but you get the old swear word in early there. You ain't go hurt anyone. But yeah, so got a big game coming up. Big up to everyone in the chat as well. Melo lads, hope you're big up. Philip, how you doing, mate? I like the new start. I'd start the song. I own it now, so it's mine. Smash the like.
Jay, before we get started, because I don't know what you're doing this afternoon. Did anyone watch Bayern Munich versus Dortmund?
Yeah.
Was that the game on YouTube? Was that the game?
Yeah, what a game!
I didn't actually watch it.
Last minute Dortmund equaliser.
4 minutes added on. They scored in the 93rd minute. Incredible.
Was it a 1-1 game?
2-2.
2-2.
Yeah, and the thing is, Anthony Modeste scored the winner, but he missed a sitter just before that, like a sitter. Incredible, man! I love it, man. I need to get to one of them games. I was looking at tickets after because I've been to like away games everywhere now, pretty much, and it's only Dortmund Stadium I haven't been to, and the atmosphere looks crazy, bro.
Sitting in.
You wouldn't think they drew the game. You'd think that they won the Champions League the way they were after the game.
Jamrock says, what the F is going on in our training sessions that are making our players get injured so frequent? Can Jurgen Klopp not open his damn eyes and ask? Like, you mean this guy? I mean, I don't know. I want to know where Warrow kids are as well. Is that Arthur Melo? Yeah, let's just get it out of the way with. So yeah, Arthur Melo's got an injury. I think the news is broken by James Pearce today on Twitter, and yeah, he's had to have surgery. He had a groin injury, I think, was what he was saying before, wasn't it? And it looks like he's had surgery on that groin that's going to keep him out for 3 to 4 months. It's crap. I'm not going to rave about it and rage about it because I just don't feel like there's a point. He was brought in last minute to please the fan base, if anything, by the look of it. I don't think he's in Jurgen Klopp's plans. So he hasn't played yet so far. I feel for him because he thought he had his big move for Liverpool, go reinvent his career and play under Jurgen Klopp. And I feel for him. But he's got to go what? Going to be back till January. How do you feel on it, Ricky?
I mean, it's tragic, isn't it? It's just our luck. You've brought an injury-prone midfielder in to help with an injury-prone midfield that you've got, and the person you brought in is now out for 4 months. I mean, you can't write stuff like that, but I do agree with the comment. What are we doing in training?
Yeah, it's weird.
we seem like we absolutely kill our players, and that's why some of the performances in games ain't up to scratch. There was panic that Thiago weren't in training yesterday, but apparently he's in London. He's with the squad. He's fit, so we'll be playing tomorrow. But it's just, listen, Klopp didn't want him, so he got forced on Klopp on deadline day. I bet Klopp's sitting there rubbing his hands together that he's injured, not in a horrible way, but he now ain't got to play him or use him, and he can just keep him to one side. Or I won't be surprised if we shoved him back to Juve to deal with it.
It's your problem again. Arthur's been pushing himself to the max with extra training sessions, trying to get fit. I mean that's the thing as well. He was doing double sessions. He hired, chefs and physios and that as well at home, and I think he played a few under-21 games as well, didn't he? Trying to get into So I credit Arthur Melo for actually trying to work his way into this team and get to fitness, but it's obviously pushed him too far. And it's not. When we look at the injured players, though, it's usually the same players, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's usually always the same group of players. That's why I'm not sure if it's a problem with inside the camp, or because you look at the players that are out. If you Naby comes back for 4 weeks, you hear Naby's pulled up in training, shock. Thiago plays for 4 weeks. Thiago's pulled up, no shock. Ox played for 4 weeks. He's pulled up, no shock. It's when people like Salah gets injured and he's out for 4 weeks. That's a shock. Diaz, that's a shock. Hendo's injury record ain't, considering he's been at Liverpool for 11 years and played a lot of football, his injury record ain't actually that bad. So obviously,
he's always had a consistent problem anyway before Klopp even got here, bro. With his heel and ankle foot. Yeah,
he's getting the odd knock now, obviously, because he's getting older and his body's worn down. But Virgil ain't really had injuries at the club, has he? Apart from that one that weren't his fault. I mean, that was Pickford trying to end his career.
I think before he got injured, he played 92 games in a row.
Yeah,
Virgil. I think
just seems to be the same bunch of players. But then I would say, are we changing our fitness programs or anything for them players, or are they just training the same as before? And I don't know. Sometimes I think players have to help themselves sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can't be all the clubs. Sometimes you've got to look at our players. Just got to look at themselves and go, what do I need to change? Do I need to change my diet? Do I need to change my regime? I don't think we can always blame the club for absolutely everything that happens to a player.
That's what I said to you earlier, isn't it? About them with that. Big up Ant-Man, Leicester guy. I just pop up in the chat for fuck's sake, man. Big up Ant. But it's what I said earlier with the thing, and it sometimes, because these are model professionals, and obviously they can do whatever in their personal lives. I don't know about that, but judging from how our squad is and how the togetherness, I don't think there's anyone not pulling their weight. It's what I said to you earlier, that sometimes it's just the way it is, bro. So it's like before we got Ox, his injury record was as bad as it is now before we got him. So nothing's changed there.
No.
Caters was a bit in the air because he wasn't dealing with that many injuries before, but coming from the league it comes from, not that intense.
What is it I found out about Cater when we had a look, wasn't it? He was only injured for 12 weeks for the spare.
Yeah.
For the 2 spells at Salzburg, weren't it? And the 2 spells at Leipzig. In his whole 4 seasons, he was only injured 12 weeks.
The Premier League's a tough league, and some of these clubs are built for it. They're not built for it, are they? Like some of these
exactly.
Players.
When you got Tarkowski and them, man, trying to 2-foot you week in, week out, it's a little bit different to these open games in the Bundesliga and that. Not saying like everyone.
Messi never come over it. There's a reason Messi never come to the Prem. He didn't get booted around for 90 minutes by them defenders all week.
Exactly. And then it comes to nutrition and stuff. I know that everyone's being I get it with the Arthur thing and that. I don't give him too much credit for it. He's a professional and that's all he's got to do in his life in terms of job. His job is football, so pull it all in on it. And do the personal training stuff and they can take care of themselves and they can start putting different programs out together. But sometimes it's an injury, bro. It's just an injury. You know what I mean? I'm literally got every qualification I can have, and I've got terrible shoulder injury, terrible groin injury, and it just won't go away, bro. I'll fix it, and then 6 weeks later I'll try squat, groin's gone again, and it's just how the cookie crumbles, man. And I think Curtis's one's a bit. Curtis has had like weird ones because he was like 100% fine. Then he hurt his eye. Then he got COVID, and then all of a sudden, there's stuff wrong with his legs as well, which is weird to me. But apart from that, everyone else is kind of expected. It's sad for Arthur, though. You are right, like as a person, but for our team, he ain't played for us pretty much at all. So we're not missing anything that we didn't have. You know what I'm saying? And I think the whole point was tie us over while people get back to their fitness and stuff like that. And it tied us over without playing. And then 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, everyone was fit again anyway, and now we're back to normal. So
yeah. Oh, actually, that comment that made me laugh. It's just I do feel for him. But to get this Thiago thing, so obviously Thiago is fine. Like Ricky said, he's been like reports that he's in London. He's travelled with the team. Maybe it's just one of the things that Klopp doesn't want to overtrain him. Maybe we're just looking at. I think we do look too much like. I don't know if we're the only club that do it. That when there's not a player in the training, it just goes automatically straight to Twitter and goes, "So and so weren't seen in training. Game over." It's just like, and it could have been having a shit. You know?
The amount of blag accounts on Twitter, social media that just start rumours and then it just like wildfire just picks up after everyone. Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like Thiago's fine. Mate, I think maybe with someone like Thiago, Klopp's not saying he can maybe have more rest days than most of the other players, just because he's trying to protect him and not overtrain him. Maybe it's something as simple as that, or he was just doing cardio work in the inside fitness room or something like that, and not out in the outside. There is different ways of training. You don't all have to be together all the time.
Yeah, that's what happens all the time. There's always somebody or a couple of them doing different things, and then everyone's like, "He's not in the picture." I'm like, bro. First of all, it's a picture, and second of all, if it's a video, the video is about 10 minutes long, and training ain't 10 minutes. So
no, it's like an hour and a half long, ain't it? Training. Yeah, it's mad. Big up, and he's here. No, we have that. Yeah, it's mad, and it's mad. To be fair, sometimes I start them just for shits and giggles. And you've got to cheer yourself up somehow so far, ain't you? Yeah, I mean, Brighton, Bournemouth. Bournemouth are above us in the league, and we beat them 9-0 this season. It's just a mad year so far in the Premier League. Absolutely madness. Tottenham beating Brighton 1-0.
Oh mate, they were hanging on for dear life. They were Brighton were playing some top football, bro.
Tottenham again, not looking impressive, but they don't look impressive. But the manager pick up victories.
Bro, he went to Conte ball for the last 40 minutes and defended for his life.
Yeah,
bro.
just I think if Tottenham lose Harry Kane any part of this season, they're doomed.
Yeah,
they really are, because not only is he a goal scorer, he's the only one creating anything as well. They're a massive, because Richarlison ain't that.
No.
He's terrible. Yes, they did unlike us, but they just I don't know. Spurs play dead football to me. I just don't get the Spurs thing. I don't think the way Spurs play, they would be able to play like that for a whole season. I don't think it's that sort of football.
I would say that, other than the fact that when Conte managed Chelsea, he played like that for a whole season and won the league, bro.
Yeah, but I think
he scrapped like 11 of them games, 12 of them games 1-0 with Costa. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
But this team is Spursy for a reason. Let's face it. Not even Conte can.
True. They've only lost to Arsenal, haven't they? It's only Arsenal they've lost to.
I think so. Their performances are just weird. The whole Premier League right now, apart from Arsenal, Man City, the whole Premier League's a bit upside down at the moment. You've got Newcastle up there, Brighton up there. You just take Man City and Arsenal out of this at the moment. Everyone's a bit. That's why I'm saying I'm waiting until the end of October. That's what I've always said, that. Waiting to the end of October, because there's a game every midweek, ain't there? Till we go to the World Cup now. So the game every midweek to the World. I am just waiting till we get to the World Cup and see what happens. I see where everyone is by the time.
Yeah, I can't lie. Man City's sucking the life out of me, bro.
They're just look. Man City go win the league.
But they're not even. I said to you at the beginning of the season, I rate everything they're doing. You know what I mean, on a football level, and it's no disrespect to them or anything like that, but it's boring to me. They're not even boring now. But they actually play exciting football now, don't they? It's horrible, man.
Oh, and then they go get Bellingham in the summer as well.
Yeah.
I've said it already. I said this earlier in my last video. The likes of PSG and Man City and teams like that are going to take football somewhere in the next few years that's going to be quite scary because you've got to be an elite money side now, in my opinion.
Oh, he'll end up at Real Madrid. I think he goes Real Madrid, not City.
Maybe. Them three clubs especially. They just got... I mean, when you hear the reported that he's on 900 grand a week with his bonuses for Haaland, it's just... His basic wage is 400 grand, and then his bonuses go to 900 grand if he meets goal targets, which Haaland's going to hit at Man City. So he's basically going to pick up 900 grand a week. You can't compete at this sort of level. It's mad. PSG have put Mbappe on $1.5 million a week and gave him director of football. It's just... I'm worried about where football's going in the next 5 years because these elite money clubs are just...
Bro, you know what's happened, isn't it? Everyone started to flipping, oh no, man, do all these protests and that. And they said, all right, then we'll just make our own Super League without calling it Super League, and that's what they've done. This is what it is. This is like, join us in the Super League, or we'll destroy all of us.
It's not even that though. Liverpool have cash. Like we've hit record turnover. We have just the stingiest owners who still think we're in 2010 level of football.
We need to wake up a little bit.
I thought they've done well in terms of spending on the attack and the defense. They've reinvested well in that. They've upgraded that with younger players. Konate in the defense. Ramsey obviously is only 18. Costas is still at an age. Strikers in Diaz, Nunes, they're there. They've just left the midfield short every year because the loyalty towards Henderson and Milner is disgusting. It's 2022 and we're bringing James Milner on in a Champions League game. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Jesus Christ.
But we've stagnated in midfield, and now instead of buying one player every summer for that position, we now need 3 or 4 in midfield, and we ain't got the owners to smash the cash to do it. Although we've got the cash to do it, they won't do it because they're just tight and they let Gordon run riot at the club and do what he wants.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
and we won't get bought out. We can't get bought out because the only people that can buy a Liverpool Football Club now that's worth £4 billion is a state, a country, or a consortium of different billionaires. Yeah. No one person can buy a Liverpool Football Club no more. It's worth too much money. They should have sold up. I do think they try to sell once the stand's been built, the new stand. Yeah, then the stadium's pretty much done. It's worth £4 billion. They paid $350 for it tops, and they're going to make a massive profit. But it's just who comes in. And
I'm going to get to that in a minute. Big up LFC Aaron with Super Chat. Great content currently, Jane. Thanks to you and the likes of Savages, Cab, and etc. Big up Aaron, as always, my friend. Thank you very much. I said this. I said this when you left earlier, Savage. Me, John, and Cav were still chatting. I said, I'm that hypocrite, and I don't mind to be that hypocrite, right? If a big Saudi group come in for Liverpool with unlimited wealth, I'm taking it. I will be that hypocrite. I don't care. But I said already, the problem is if Liverpool get taken over by a club, an owner like that, like a City owner, like a PSG, like a Newcastle, it's curtains for everyone because they're not buying clubs like Man City and Newcastle that are at the bottom working their way up. This is Liverpool Football Club who are already up there with massive players. If Liverpool got them sort of owners, it'd just be like, right, who do you want? Right, you want Bellingham? No problem. Let's get that done. Who else do you want? Barella? Yeah, fine, no problem. It'd be madness. It'd be madness. And then I don't mind being a hypocrite and going along with it all. But till then, it ain't happening. So, look, I think FSG have done... For what they've done a great job to this point. You know, hiring Klopp. Everyone says hiring Klopp was an easy thing to do. Not really, because if you actually watch the Klopp documentary, they were talking to Jurgen Klopp way before they sacked Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah.
Way before they sacked Brendan Rodgers. They were having secret meetings and all that sort of shit.
He was second choice as well, Klopp. Behind Ancelotti.
They went Ancelotti. So it's not, Klopp's available, let's go and get him. no one else got him. It's just so Liverpool made that thing, went and got Klopp, and then they changed the way they did because don't think we had Damien Comolli in charge of transfers. He was terrible. They realised eventually he didn't know what he was doing. Got rid of him. Put Michael Edwards in charge of that. Michael Edwards got his little team together. Michael Edwards and his team ran Liverpool Football Club.
Why do you think he's left?
I
think he's seen what's going to happen. I think he's seen what's going to happen in the next couple of transfer windows. There's no money to spend.
Could be.
And I just think he's had enough of spending peanuts and trying to negotiate by bringing the pennies out to every club, begging to lower the fee. Because listen, like I said, we've got money, but when you're giving shoestring budgets to Klopp, like I see a lot of people criticising Klopp needs to go. Why should Klopp go? Because who are you going to go getting? Someone that who's going to spend 10 mil a season that ain't as good as Klopp. And Klopp's working miracles at this club on a shoestring budget. And once he goes, you're going to see the full effect of FSG with some donut in charge who ain't got no money to spend, ain't got no tactical awareness. There's not a lot of top managers out there to go get. Potter was one. He's gone Chelsea to spend a load of cash. If I'm being honest, once Klopp goes, the person I'd look to would be Nagelsmann at Bayern Munich. They play similar football.
FSG will get Poch, wouldn't they? That's the perfect guy for them.
I think Poch goes England after the World Cup.
Would be a good shout. I mean, Klopp's not going to get sacked anyway, but if it was now, I think they'd go for Poch because they're going to need somebody who's going to work with the budget they're giving them. And
they'll never sack Klopp because he's a yes man.
Yeah, Klopp's never been. I mean, I don't think they would sack Klopp just because of that. I think they would never sack Klopp because of the meltdown. I mean, Klopp is. There's a lot of Liverpool fans who Klopp are over the club. It's just they're like Klopp can't be blamed for nothing for a lot of fans. And
Klopp over the club.
He can be blamed for like tactics and subject like team selections and stuff like that. But I just think in terms of getting sacked, he's got enough credit in the bank. He's the only one that stopped City dominating in this league to an extent for one season. And there's no one else out there really to come in and do a better job than Klopp with what we spend.
Mm. Yeah,
FSG only won top four anyway, so they're all right, man.
But I do think he walks at the end of the season. I still stick by that.
You reckon he still goes at the end of the season?
Yeah. I still think he walks at the end of the season.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who think like that.
Because I don't get why would he have signed a new contract? I think there's been a massive fallout at the club. He got guarantees when he signed that 2-year contract extension. They obviously told him stuff he wanted to hear. There's been a massive argument behind closed doors in the summer somewhere. And I think he walks at the end of the season.
That'd be mad, wouldn't it, if he did? It'd be mad.
Terrible.
I mean, it's just mad to think, ain't it? I think Klopp might stay, but my thing is, I think Salah leaves in the summer.
Can he go with Pep Linders?
Take Pep with him. I love Pep. I love Pep Linders. I love him. Right, guys, let's talk about it. Liverpool versus Arsenal, Sunday 4:30. Arsenal are they're in great form. Who would have thought this? Their form is fantastic. They've only lost one game all season, fighting on all fronts. Well, I say all fronts. Europa League can't really count.
You're not going to get me bigging these scumbags up today, bro.
But they've done. Look, they're playing. They're playing good football. To credit to them, they are playing good football. But look, the teams they've played so far. Let me get their things up right. So they have played. Where was the opening day of the season? Who did they play in the opening day of the season? Was it Crystal Palace? Yeah. So they played Crystal Palace and won 2-0. Then they played Leicester and beat them 4-2. Away at Bournemouth, won 3-0. Now, if that was their opening 3 games of the season, I expect them to win them 3 games, to be fair.
I didn't expect them to.
The hardest one.
Yeah, I thought Palace might struggle against.
Yeah, Palace the hardest one, but the rest of them you'd expect. Fulham at home 2-1, yeah. Aston Villa at home 2-1. United game 3-1. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Then they beat Brentford 3-0, which I think was their best performance of the season so far. And then obviously beating Spurs 3-1 last week. So their form's been really good, but I want to talk about the two games there, Man United and Spurs. Now, I'll go Spurs first because that was only last week. So I was watching the Spurs game. I think I actually did a watch along for it. I can't remember.
You did.
Yeah, I did. I can't remember. It was a good game of football, actually, North London derby. I was watching it though, and then I watched it back because when you watch a game, you can't take everything in first time, can you? I don't know about you guys. I always have to watch it back again, take it in. And I watched it back, and Spurs had a lot of chances in this game. Spurs against Arsenal might have had. Spurs had as many good chances as Arsenal had, but Son, as we spoke about earlier, overhit every pass. Went on one-on-ones to pass to Kane where he could just put it in the back of the net, but then put it 20 yards past him and stuff like that. And then when I go back and look at Man United the week before that, a couple of weeks before that, they lost that game. And they played the same way as they did against Spurs. They played the same way all season. But the two games, especially Arsenal and Spurs, they had trouble with because of the pace on the counter-attack. Now, Man United had Sancho and Rashford and Martial, all these boys up top. Good, and Alanga and stuff like that. Good pace on the counter-attack. And I think Arsenal were a bit naive that game, even though they played well. They were a bit naive to that counter-attack. Spurs the same. The counter-attack. Son should have done a lot better with the chances he had. Over it a lot of passing.
To be fair though, Kane was worse than Son.
Yeah,
Kane didn't do anything.
Yeah. But they got in numerous times as well. So now I look at it and think, right. So now Liverpool, Ricky, go with Luis Diaz, Mo Salah, and whatever combination of Jota, Darwin Núñez, or whatever. Are you confident that we can hurt Arsenal, similar to the style Man United and Spurs have so far this season?
If we don't play the 4-3-3,
if
we play the formation we played against Rangers, that front four or whatever you want to call it could be so unpredictable where they could all rotate positions, they all make different movements. It also depends who Klopp selects for that four, as well as Bobby does against Arsenal. I don't think he should come back into this four yet.
No.
Núñez needs game time. I think Núñez could be a real handful for that Arsenal back four. Let's see what Saliba's really about when he's coming up against world-class players. I'm hearing Van Dijk comparisons on different radio podcasts that he's the new Van Dijk. So we will see when Mo Salah's running at him, Darwin Núñez is running around all different positions. Luis Diaz is electric when he's going forward. Jota loves playing against Arsenal. I see a picture the other day. There's like, you've got Jota, like a ghost type of thing. And he's going past every door. And it's got each of Arsenal centre-backs on the door. Ben White, Gabriel, and there was one other. And they've got a Saliba door closed, waiting to be opened. It's going to be interesting. Jota looks a little bit, obviously he ain't had a pre-season, so he don't look sharp, but it's Arsenal, isn't it? I mean, they're not the best defensively. We see them against Man United, they got picked apart in the biggest game they had this season so far. They obviously won the games I didn't think did win, which against the smaller teams like Palace and that. But it's going to be interesting. Let's hope Klopp goes brave. He needs to go brave. You go 4-3-3, or just get picked apart in midfield.
Savage, same question, mate.
Listen, I told you.
You want to take off what Ricky said there?
Yeah, we're gonna beat them up, bro. I'm not joking, bro. We're gonna beat them up, bro. We're not having it, bro. These players are not dickheads, man. They're not having these Arsenal bombs running around thinking that they're all that shit, bro. Yeah, they've been playing great football, and to be fair to them, I told everyone last season they didn't play terrible football last season either. But they're still a standard. They're still a level. How does everyone go from Man City and Liverpool being the standard, and then all of a sudden Arsenal just get in there? It's been our own downfall, and it's the way we've been playing. But they've got, I've said this, they've got openings all over the pitch, and I'm never gonna do the thing where they've only played against this and that, because like I said, we've all got to play against them same teams, and we've struggled against some of the teams they played against, i.e. Fulham and that.
Yeah.
But there's been every game I've watched them play, and I've watched all of their games. What I've been live, some of them, even the 3 o'clock ones, I've watched. And Fulham, I watched them get in time and time again, but there wasn't enough up top. You know what I mean? And to be fair, Ramsdale had a good game that one. I seen Gabriel get opened up a few times. Saliba ain't gonna listen. If we play that formation, what Rick was on about, I'm telling you, with 4 up top, it's unpredictable even for us fans to know what's going to happen. Never mind Arsenal. And if Nunes just puts himself about a bit, like legally though, not no headbutts and that, but if he puts himself around a bit, put these guys under pressure, I'm here for it, bro. I want to see the South American passion, bro. I just remember I said, that the Diaz, that situation is going to make the big difference in this game, bro. Him on that side, they play Ben White's game over. They play Tommy Yasu's game over. There's nothing for them to do there. So I don't care if anyone wants to clip it up or anything like that. We're going to punch them up. It's pretty simple to me. They're a good team. They're a good team. Decent club and all that business. Yeah, great history. Henry, Bergkamp. We're going to punch them up, bro. And just remember I said it. Come back and get me on it if it's, that's what it is. I really believe so as well. I'm not here for Arsenal, bro.
How you feeling, mate?
Yeah. I'm okay.
Was the Mrs. Octavia when she came in and you were alive?
No, she come back and she was ill as well. So.
Oh, was she? Oh, poor cow. She all right?
Yeah. So she's.
Oh no.
She come back and she went straight bed. So I'm getting the blame for that, obviously. But
obviously.
I'm all right. I've been through the wars a bit today, but I'm okay.
Good. So El Scouser puts here, we've had a few more sessions now adjusting to the changes needed to play this formation, which is true as well. So let's bring Rods in as well. So
that's mad. How you doing?
Mate?
Good?
Come on.
Yeah, we're good.
We're
good.
Mad them.
Full house.
This one mad them.
Right, I'll get something up here. I hate that. It used to be the share the screen on StreamYard. Now it's present the screen. I really
innit?
What's that about? So I'm going to present you guys. I'm going to present you guys the screen. So this is Arsenal's last game against Spurs. So this is our Arsenal setup. So obviously had Ramsdale in goal, Ben White, Gabriel, Williams Saliba, and Zinchenko. Do you reckon they go the same back four guys, Ricky, or do you reckon there'll be a change at left back?
I think he'll play Zinchenko because I think he'll look at the way he played against us for City. Obviously, they played Tierney against us before, and he's been ripped apart at left back by Mo Salah a few seasons. So they might go Zinchenko to see if he can bring that Man City form against us in. But Ben White's not a right back, so Luis Diaz is going to absolutely put him on toast. He's not quick at all. I can't see them playing that Tomiyasu, but I think if you're an Arsenal fan, you'd probably prefer him because he's a natural right back than Ben White. But I still think they go with that same four.
Savage, same with you?
Yeah, I think they pick with no injuries to the squad. I think they play the same. And to be fair, like if your team's been playing good and everything's been going well, and that changing it would be stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully he's learned. Well, not hopefully, but if he's learned anything off Pep Guardiola, don't change stuff when you don't need to, bro. So he'll keep the same team. Like I said, I think Tomiyasu is a decent right back. Decent though. That's it. And they're not going to change Ben White and take away that it's Liverpool. Why would you change him if the season's been going well for him? But like I said, it ain't going to help them anyway, innit? So it's all good.
Yeah.
Go on, Savage.
Because there is rumours, Cav, that between Arsenal fans, I was watching Arsenal fan TV the other day, and they were talking about that Tierney could possibly come in for this game. What's your thoughts on that? So the same back four, but Tierney coming in left back.
Yeah, probably because he's a bit stronger defensively than Zinchenko. But I think they'll play Zinchenko. Well, first reason, like Savage said, they should go into this game thinking they're the favourites and shouldn't really change anything. Yeah. But the other thing is Zinchenko is instructed to sort of drop into that midfield, and Arteta might learn something from Guardiola's playbook when he plays Liverpool and flood the midfield. and overwhelm Liverpool in that midfield. And playing Zinchenko, having Zinchenko drop into that midfield might be one way of doing it. So I've not really seen Tierney play for Arsenal this season, so I don't know if he does that same kind of role, as in like playing left back, but then coming into midfield. If he does, then what I've just said is rubbish, but I've not seen it.
He's their version of Robbo.
He doesn't play like that.
He's their version of Robbo, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's their version of Robbo, basically.
Very rarely cuts him.
Yeah, I think Zinchenko dropping into midfield plays a part in giving Xhaka freedom to go and play further up the pitch as well. So I think if they make that change, it has like a bit of a ripple effect as to how they set up further up the team as well. So I think they go with the same back four.
Rod, your feelings? Same back four, bringing a new left back. What do you reckon they do?
They ain't gonna change it. They ain't gonna take no chances against Liverpool. They're not gonna take no chances. They really, really want to win this game. Because you know what? For the last 2 weeks and everything, they've been gassing. They've just been gassing. So they really want to win this game. So they're not going to take no chances. They'll probably stick with the same back four. Do you know what I mean? Because as you said in the thing, that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Simple as that. Do you know what I mean? So they'll probably still go with that same back four because, to be honest, they do not want to lose tomorrow. Trust me, they do not. You know what? If you offer them a point tomorrow, they'll take it. Seriously, Arsenal will take it. They do not, on any account, want to lose tomorrow because they're seeing like Liverpool, like the form that Liverpool's in, and the form they're in, and everything that. So they're thinking that so you know what, this is the time that we can give them a hiding. They think that it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, mind you, but they think this is the time we can give us a hiding. So I don't see them changing the back four. No.
They play a 4-2-3-1. That's what everyone wants us to play. Everyone's been talking about their midfield, over swamping ours. They have too much control. They pick the ball up from deep. So Thomas Partey and Xhaka have been in good form. Thomas Partey's been where we want. He's been decent form, to be fair. And Xhaka, no lease of life. They're acting like he hasn't been there. He hasn't been shipped there for 8 years, and he's great all of a sudden. But no. Partey and Xhaka in the midfield, Ricky. Do you think we can get at them? Because they have been good this season. I can't believe I'm asking that question when Xhaka's in that midfield. But
I'd be disappointed if Liverpool's midfield, the quality we've got in Thiago, Henderson's a nuisance. He'll just run around for 90 minutes and just put them under pressure. If it is the two, I expect it to be Henderson and Thiago. I just can't see Xhaka dominating Liverpool's midfield. The geezer is pants. I mean, he's had a good season this year, but he loves a red card against Liverpool. And I think if they win the midfield battle, we're in trouble tomorrow. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. I mean, like, they've been playing. Look, to be fair to Arsenal, they overload their midfield, don't they? So Thomas Partey and Xhaka stay quite deep. Their fullbacks in Ben White and Zinchenko, they come quite inverted. They try and overload the midfield, and they push up high, don't they? Everyone thinks we have a high line. You should see Arsenal's high line. It's mad savage. So do you think if we stop Partey and Xhaka, we win this game? Do you reckon that's one of the keys?
I ain't worried about them, bro. Stop Odegaard.
I know I'm asking that. Savage is so confident.
Nah, I'm not worried about them, bro. Odegaard's a problem, man. Like I said, man.
Come to Odegaard, don't worry.
Yeah, you know, I feel about like Xhaka and that. Like, I think he's better than people give him credit for, but at the same time, he's still Xhaka, and he's got the liability in him. And as for Partey, he's like inconsistent, bro. Arsenal fans like to chalk it down to injuries and that, but I've watched him play when he's been there, bro. He's not that great. You know what I mean? I think we've got I think we've got more than enough for them to, bro. Come on, guys, man. Like, we're talking about Partey and Xhaka, bro. Honestly, let's not do this to ourselves, man. Let's not like turn them into world-class players to make ourselves feel better in case it goes wrong.
I think Thomas Partey is a good footballer. I've never been in the
He had one good game for Atletico, man, and everyone's started sucking him off, bro. He did, man. I remember he had one good game for Atletico, and everyone started talking about him, bro. Skis is a bomb, bro.
Who's saying about his shoes?
Remember when they brought him back off African Cup of Nations? He came off the plane straight against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I thought he was going to do something, bro. No, bro.
Didn't he get sent
He's
off?
got bigger
We can't
problems
like,
to
did
think
he?
about, I'll tell you that.
You're dirty, though.
Like, you know what Klopp's
I'm
going
done
to
with
do,
these
though?
Arsenal bombs, boys. I'm done. I'm sorry. I am sorry, man, but I'm done with these Arsenal bombs, bro.
I know,
He'll go like Hendo and Milner. Hendo
Red
Milner
Eye.
versus Xhaka and Party tomorrow. Watch.
Listen,
I'm here for Milner starting still. Start Milner, bro.
Yeah. Boy.
I had a bread on my show the other day, yeah? Tony Claude, I had him on my show the other day. The man just full of gas in her, dog. Full of gas in her. He's telling me about Thomas Partey and he's telling me about like Granit Xhaka. I goes, listen, it was only about a season or so ago. You lot didn't want him at your club. He wasn't good enough to play in your team. You didn't want him. Do you know what I mean? Wasn't he the one that sort of like threw the Arsenal t-shirt?
He told them what to F off and what to
Yeah,
He put the shirt at them and gave them that and told them to go away. Arsenal fans wanted him gone that instant. His contract turned out. And now Arsenal fans are acting like he's Pilo.
The second coming. He's acting like the second coming. He's acting like the second coming. The thing is about anything that I say and everything that, right, when it comes to Liverpool, yeah, if we play our game, yeah, there's not many teams in the Premiership that can handle us. If we're 100% and we play our game and everything that, there ain't many teams that can handle us and everything. The only team that can probably step to us to that is Man City. Do you know what I mean? And it's been proven over the last couple of seasons where we've been thrashing out for sort of the league and everything that. Do you know what I mean? But Arsenal and everything that, Arsenal don't even come clear. They're having a good little run and everything that. The season has started. Humble yourself, man. You know what I mean? You know, it's just like, it's just, to me at the day, the way these people, I see more talking on like on Monty's channel. I see him talking on who else's channel he was talking on, and there was beer gas. You know, anybody you thinking that they just won a Premiership? Seriously, it's shameful.
Cav, that midfield for Arsenal. Your thoughts, my man?
Yeah, look, I was going to raise that point that Savage did. Like, I don't quite understand the hype around him. Like, I think he's a good footballer, but they talk about him like he's on like Rodri levels or like Fabinho
they said he's the second best DM in the league.
Yeah. I'm not quite seeing that, but I mean, if Arsenal fans are that happy with him, then good for them, you know. But the thing is, like, we keep doing these matchups of, you know, parting Xhaka against Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, depending on who starts. But actually, it's a lot more than that because both Saka and Martinelli are hardworking wingers, wide midfielders, call them what you will. So it's everybody all in, really. I don't think when we talk about this midfield battle, we should just look at one or two individuals. We need to look at everyone as a collective because Saka and Martinelli will come back on defense and try and help out their defenders, and then going forward, obviously they'll try and create. It's not like we're playing a Crystal Palace where they leave like Zaha up front and, you know, carry that so-called winger. So you have to weigh up, you know, who's going to do the better job out of them all. And like, if we know Diaz is going to work hard and come back and whatnot, but is Salah? I don't know. And I think it's not going to be in the midfield where the game's necessarily won or lost. It's going to be in the pockets and down the channels and stuff. You know, is who's going to come out and help Trent against Martinelli? That's a big one. You know, Saka, if Saka plays, you know, who's going to support Diaz when Saka and Ben White are doubling up on him and stuff? You know, they're the kind of battles that are going to happen across the pitch.
Exactly. I mean, like you were saying, so let's bring up the wingers. So Martinelli and Saka been in good form this season, especially Gabriel Jesus in the middle. Saka's a bit on and off. Martinelli has looked great. Look, well, obviously last time I think we played Arsenal and Martinelli lit Trent up a little bit, didn't he? But he didn't. Yeah, he dribbled past him. I've been saying this for a while. If you get a very good, tricky winger, they are sometimes go past your fullback because they're tricky, they're quick, and they're good. It happens. You know, fullbacks sometimes get beaten. What we've got to be careful of Martinelli is that he's now starting to produce, an assist or a goal, where before, he was a bit more of a I dribble it and then I sort of lose it sort of player, weren't he? He was good on the eye, but there was nothing coming off the end of it. Now he's starting to produce a little bit. So we do have to worry about that. But that's where I think we worry more playing this 4-3-3, as we saw against the end of Rangers last week, where we went to 4-3-3 for 5 minutes and Trent thinks he's a central midfielder again, and it's like, what are you doing? So we do need a protecting, don't we, guys? So looking at their wingers, looking at Gabriel Jesus' form this season, I think Gabriel Jesus, I'm going to say this now about Gabriel Jesus before everyone crucifies me, slightly overrated, but not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. If you listen to Arsenal fans, he's R9, right? He's actually got less goals than Firmino this season.
That's what I'm saying.
Bobby's got more goals than Gabriel Jesus this season, but no one talks about him. Gabriel Jesus is a very talented footballer. I am not taking that away from him. He's super talented. He's very good. He's very clever. He can take players on. He can dribble. He's always a nuisance. And he is a nuisance to Liverpool as well, especially in his Man City days. He always sort of found the back of the net against us. Very good player. Very, very good player. But I thought he had scored more than he actually has with the hype he's had at the club so far at Arsenal. Then I looked at his eye, I looked at the things, and I went, no, Bobby's got more GA than... I'm using the word GA. I hate using it. I hate using that word. It makes me feel sick. But yeah, he's got more.
If you start coming out of XG, Jeremy,
I'm going to come out of XG tomorrow. You watch.
XG is the worst stat available.
I hate XG. The expected goal stat. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck's sake.
But yeah, he's got so he is a good player, like Gabriel. So Martinez is a good player. They're all talented young players they've got. But as they say, their fullbacks do leave gaps because they do push high up. And I don't think, Ricky, I know they face Man United and Spurs that have got good forwards. But I know we haven't been at our best. But if we are at our best tomorrow, they will not have faced anyone yet like Luis Diaz and Mo Salah. What's your opinion on that, Ricky?
Apart from City, even before they had Haaland, we were being talked about the best attacking front line in Europe or the world. And you don't lose that overnight. Obviously, we lost Mane. Diaz is an excellent player. Sometimes he blows hot and cold. I think his end product needs to become a little bit better than what it is in terms of goals. 350 on the other side needs to start. Stop hugging the sideline and get out the 350 on the other side. This new tactic that we've employed this season by him hugging the touchline, pretty much sitting in the dugout with Klopp to allow Trent to come inside, which needs to stop. We all know Trent's best thing is when he's wide, putting the ball in. Salah needs to come inside to score goals because what's he on? 2-3 league goals at the minute, which is poor considering how much money we've paid him this summer. I just want Nunes to bang because social media is doing my nutting. The amount of razz I could have on social media.
And it's the Arsenal fans doing most of it. It's the Arsenal fans doing most of it.
Arsenal fans can't talk. Jesus has got less goals than Bobby Firmino, and apparently Bobby Firmino's washed up. Banging more than Jesus. But I think, listen, Liverpool can absolutely annihilate, put 3 or 4 past Arsenal if we're in our game tomorrow.
Oh, without a doubt. Look, without a doubt, Savage. And let's say I obviously know you're super confident. And I love that about you, but it's true though, ain't it? Our attack could really, really hurt Arsenal tomorrow if they're up for it.
We're gonna violate them, bro.
That's
what's gonna happen, bro. Our attack's a serious attack.
You're gonna be all over my timeline on Sunday because you are coming with so much chest.
We're gonna beat them up, and we're gonna beat them up, and then I'm gonna come on and not even speak about it. It's just like what? It's just regular stuff, bro. You know what I mean? All that has resumed and that.
I've been ill all day. I've got this freaking sore throat and it's bloody cold here. listen to Savage and everything. It's making me feel better, you know.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
making me
That's
feel
why it's
better.
here, man.
It's making me feel better.
Listen, the good man. Nice, like they're a young team and that. You know what I mean? Built for Prince Andrew, but it's all good. I'm just saying that, like, we just gotta stop, bro. We just gotta play the Liverpool. We just gotta play the Liverpool way, bro. That's it. Honestly, bro. They don't worry me too much, man. Like, listen,
It's not.
I think
Prince
Jesus
Andrew.
is dope. I think he's dope, and I think, yeah, the goals and stuff, that's fair enough. But when you watch his performances, a lot of the time he's their best player. It's quite tricky around the box, and he's got quick feet inside the box. But I'm sure that with their like Saka and Martinelli, it's probably an unpopular opinion, but I think that I know everyone keeps saying that Martinelli's been the better one and stuff like that, but Saka's a bit more measured than Martinelli for me. Like, if Saka's having 8 out of 10s
He's calmer
every
on the
week,
ball. It's calmer.
yeah,
on the ball.
Martinelli's having like a few 9 out of 10s and then 7s, bro. Like, I think surely, because I rate Trent and I know he's not stupid in it, he would know what happened last time he played against him, and he'd know how his season's gone so far. He would have took confidence from the Rangers game. Doesn't matter who you're playing, we had to beat them. And hopefully he does stay wide, like Ricky said, and he drops off a bit. Because if you notice in that Rangers game, even though it was Rangers, he did drop off 10 yards. And he wasn't so gun-ho going forward. And that's against Rangers. You have to give yourself space, because if he, he will get cooked just for the speed in it. This is what it is.
Do you play tonight next to Trent tomorrow? For pace?
I don't know if...
Too soon.
I don't know if bringing him out of the cold to play Arsenal is the right thing to do. Although I do get why you said it. It makes sense. But I think Matip reads the game so good anyway.
Yeah.
And Kanate's positioning isn't perfect yet. Like, he's still adjusting and learning. He's had great performances for us. But there was a few games last season where I didn't really like the... Even I think there was a game against Wolves. There's a game against Southampton. I didn't really like his position.
Brighton
every now and again,
Brighton.
he'll step up when everyone's trying to hold a line or something. It's just because he's not used to it, and he'll just step out of position. That's always where the player goes as well. So I don't know, but my hope is that we're ahead in the game by half time and I punch him up, get another goal. Because I would like to not end the game with Trent at right back. I'd put Gomez on. I'm not even joking. Once we're ahead in the game, I'd put him on and shore up the defense, bro. Because Gomez has been terrible at centre back and stuff with his positioning. But I think at right back he'll do better because he won't bomb forward every 2 minutes. But yeah, I'm not worried about them, bro. They're a good team. After we batter them, they'll carry on winning. But for tomorrow, it's over for them, bro.
I'll just say
Halloween and that.
I'll just say it in the day. So like, I think the most important thing tomorrow is that in the day we play the right formation. I think if we do play a 4-3-3 tomorrow, it's curtains. They're gonna just exploit us. They're gonna exploit that space, and I think the reason why the 4-2-3-1 works so well at the end of the day is like when we was like defending and everything it was almost like a 4-4-2. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so like Henderson didn't have too far to like track back. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's a bit harder than they went in a 4-3-3 to say like, you know what, Henderson, I want you to play the 8 and also want you to track back as well to help Trent. It's too much. Before you could have done that, but as you get older, I think that your legs don't want to do it. Do you know what I mean? So if we play like a 4-2-3-1 and everything, we nullify any threats at the end of the day that Arsenal can sort of like give us. And once we do that and everything, Arsenal's like they get frustrated and everything that they start giving away free kicks and penalties and whatever and everything that, and then we win the game. Do you know what I mean? But it's important at the end of the day that we at the end of the day play the right formation, and B, get off to a really, really good start and say, look, at the end of the day, you may have played Brentford, you may have played Crystal Palace and all these jokers and everything that, right? But now you're playing us now. You're playing a mighty Liverpool now. In fact, this is how we play football. Because you think about it, their real test of the day, right? They had this season when they come up against Man United and everything that, and Man United battered them. Man United battered them. Over 90 minutes, Man United battered them and everything that, right? So I don't know how they can come back and say that like, there's some big bad team because he had one test and he failed it. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Do you know what I mean? We got nothing to prove in it for that because what they're doing, we've done over the last 5 seasons. We've done it over 5 seasons. So we got nothing to prove in it for that. But the important thing is tomorrow and everything that is to get that early good start and everything that, shut them up and everything that, and come away with the 3 points. Do you know what I mean?
Fact.
Your opinion? Our forwards, their fullbacks.
I I think it's staring us in the face how we can get at Arsenal. If we need to play that 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, who knows what it is? I think it's a 4-4-2, and let the attackers do a lot of the pressing and a lot of the attacking, obviously, right? And what that does is that allows Trent to just be a traditional attacking right back, not a midfielder, not a false nine, just a traditional attacking right back. And this game in particular is perfect for that, because what is Trent brilliant at? It's winning the ball and quickly playing a ball, a 40, 50, 60-yard pass straight into the attacker. If Arsenal play a high line, if Trent can win the ball back, or we can win the ball back, and he can get that ball straight across to whether it be Diaz or Jota running, might even be Nunes running behind, we could cause some serious damage with that. And we've seen it before, that Jota goal where he took it down on his chest, took it past I don't know if it was Ramsdale or Leno in goal, but anyway, slotted it away. We all remember it. That for me is got to be Trent's blueprint for the game. You play right back, you don't roam into midfield, you don't roam up pitch, you just concentrate on defending against Martinelli, and when the ball's turned over, it's got to be either put down the wing to Salah, or it's got to be put across field into the left forward, whether it be Diaz or Jota at the time, and just keep hitting that ball, because what that'll do is that'll force them to drop back, or they'll just keep getting hurt. And if they drop back, then great, we can push up the pitch and put our dominance on them. But if we do 4-3-3 and Trent starts roaming in midfield and stuff, we're going to experience the same issues we've had all season, and we'll just get cooked down his side in and behind him.
Martinelli will do what Zaha did, bro. And there's
exactly. Thing. So, and
who these bombs trying to infiltrate the trap, bro?
The Arsenal fans are in.
But like the Savage touched upon it, the most exciting thing for us Liverpool fans, and we don't really have much reason to really big ourselves up because we've played poorly this season. But the exciting thing that we seen against Rangers was playing them 4 players, each with different styles of play and attributes. But if it clicks and they link up together, is scary for the opposition. Like if you've got Diaz cooking people on the left, you've got Salah cutting in and taking shots on the right, you got Jota going wherever he wants, whether it be drop deep, go left, go right, getting behind, and then Nunes constantly on the shoulder. You've got so much variety in attack, and if them guys can really click and gel together, that could be it moving forward. That's your plans going into every game. I know like some people are saying that they'd like to see like Bobby and stuff, but like for me, Nunes has to start because he offers something that I think the other guys don't do as particularly well as him, is on that shoulder of the defense. Like the timing of his runs and the angles of his runs are perfect, and that'll just constantly stretch opposition. So look, it's going to be a really exciting game. It's going to be end to end, and like their attackers are on form, but our attackers have got so much ability. Like it's going to be exciting.
So much experience. We've got a lot of experience.
Let me just sort this out.
It's
not even spelt that way, but there you go. A stream full of plastic scouts says the man closest to Liverpool is a Brummie. Well, there's 2 there. But
the man closest to your mom is your uncle.
Yeah, I mean, look. Jesus Christ. I hate all this. Fucking hell. I hate all this. Oh, you're not from where you are from. But then I have loads of people I know, English, like London-based fans, support American football teams, die-hard American football teams or basketball teams. It don't matter where
don't get sucked in, honestly. If the rule was you can only support your local team, half your clubs would be dead.
It's just stupid.
No, does that count for players as well? Give Henry back, bro. He's French. You know what I mean? Send them back,
exactly.
Bro.
Exactly my point.
That whole French unbeatable team, bro. Send them back, bro.
Yeah, Burkham and all them,
Francis Jefferson, them, man.
Francis Jefferson,
Support your local club. So I take it you're from Islington area, because if you're not, you shouldn't be supporting Arsenal.
Arsenal not even their own local club. They moved there.
Yeah, I know. They went from
South
London.
They moved it. Yeah, it used to be called like I saw this thing on I saw this thing on YouTube the other day, and he talked about sort of like the history of the rivalry team, like Arsenal and
Tottenham hate them.
Tottenham and I think that. The reason why Tottenham hate them is that because they moved into their area when it got like World War II, and I think that. So
Tottenham are from Middlesex originally, so I don't know if that's quite North London. So,
no, it's not. No, it's not. It's more western.
Arsenal fans will tell you they moved to North London before Tottenham did. That's what they tell you.
Yeah,
like they were from Middlesex originally. So but yeah,
fuck them.
Mate, you do not want to tell Savage to do anything, and I'm not even putting that comment on the screen.
Why would I be stupid enough to support Villa, bro? Answer that question. What
about West Brom?
You know what I mean?
What about West Brom?
Fuck all of them, bro.
West Brom, Wolves, Birmingham.
And I definitely ain't supporting the Dingles, Jay, so forget Wolves, bro.
The Dingles, you know.
Cav should be supporting Coventry or Leicester or something like that, shouldn't you, Cav?
Leicester, yeah. Yeah,
you disgust me, Cav. You disgust...
Hey, do you know what though? Like, I'll just say this now. I've been Liverpool playing Leicester, right? We always seem to bloody draw with them. So like every time we play head to head, I'm always worried because like if we draw or drop points or lose or whatever, then I have to hear it all back here. How do you think I felt as a Liverpool fan in Leicester when Leicester won the league? Like, come on now, it was torture for me. So you know, I refused. You know, like they had all sorts. Not even football fans crawling out the woodwork to go celebrate that trophy parade and stuff in the local park here. It was insane. Do you think I didn't? You know, I went nowhere near it. But it would have been great if I was a Leicester supporter. I could get involved in all that, but I don't support them. So,
all right, that's upset Arsenal fans even more now by doing a combined 11.
Oh, these bombs.
Let's do this for a laugh. Yeah, let's do this for a laugh. Right.
Who remembers Luciani?
Yeah. So let's do this combined 11, guys. So I think the hey Jamie, is this a cool show? No, Jamrock, this is just a preview, my man. I'll do a cool show tomorrow night after the game if you want to. Right, goalkeeper is the easiest one here to decide, ain't it? Surely.
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to have to take off our neutral head off, and we're trying to do this as maturely and adult as possible. You know. Right.
Go on, son.
Bear with me because I can't spell. So Alisson in goal. There you go. Why has he only got an 89 rating? What the fudge, FIFA? Sort yourself out, man.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
90. Right back, guys. Right back. Remember, we like combination.
What are we doing? Current form or what?
No, the way I look at it, I think you got to put current form into it. Also, if you had both teams available to you and you were going to go and play for a game tomorrow, but you had to pick your best 11 out of it, no matter what.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and you go form as well. We can argue form as well, definitely, because the Arsenal players are in very good form. But I'm not having any of this Gabriel over Van Dijk nonsense. You know what I mean?
You're mad.
So if we were playing a game tomorrow and you had all these players available to you, who would you pick in your
injuries for all that? Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely am picking Ben White over flipping
Trent all day long.
So we can pick. Yeah. So we're going Trent at right back. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We better get an Arsenal player in quick because we're going to start getting some hate.
Can we not easy there?
Right-sided centre back. Are we saying Saliba?
Yeah, I'll go Saliba.
Yeah.
Go on. Why not?
Right.
John's no love for last week, though.
I forgot John was here. Sorry, John. You're all right, mate.
I fucking hate Arsenal. It's got to be Matt. Fuck him. It's Matt.
Yeah.
Right.
Matt is the second best centre back in this league. How the fuck can it be Saliba? It's Matt.
You know why, man? It's because we got to put.
We've got to be fair.
Van Dijk's got to get in there, innit? So
I will say, look, Matip is the better defender, but
so why are you putting Saliba in the
Saliba? I did say I will argue form, and I will give it to Saliba because I do think he's been the best centre half in the league this season.
So, you have to talk overall.
No, I said Paul
Matup's a better defender. You don't say Matup's a better defender.
This season, I'm
If we
picking
do overall,
Saliba
it's
and
gonna
Mate.
be 9 Liverpool players and 2 Arsenal players.
Just to please Arsenal fans.
I know, innit?
Arsenal fans.
Oh, don't worry, this ain't going to please Arsenal fans. Wait till you see this team. Because let's be fair, if we're doing this for real, we're doing this for real, 3 Arsenal players would make an actual first team max.
Yeah,
So I say I put Saliba in there.
What? Look, just one comment on this, right? If Saliba continues this current form for the entire season, like, let's say you went into next season and you had to choose him or Matip, there would be a conversation there, wouldn't there?
Yeah. Saliba's in great form. So Arsenal fans in the chat,
if he does it until the end of the season, if he does it at the end of the season, there's conversation. But at the minute, there's no conversation. Matup's a better defender.
But Jamie said overall and based on form. There's a mix of it in it because let's be honest, man. If we just done overall Liverpool versus Arsenal, they're gonna get 2 players in there, and the rest is gonna be us. Yeah, we got 5 years to back it up, bro. So
cool. Saliba
and Van Dijk get one.
Saliba and Van Dijk would be a heck of a partnership, wouldn't it? Left back.
That's Chimikas.
Zinchenko.
I'm going Chimikas.
I'll probably go Zinchenko to be fair.
I'll go Zinchenko as well.
Yeah, he has been deep. You got to give the people their dues. I'm not like.
I'll give you that one.
I've got to spell this now.
We're not going to Chimikas in a dog.
There you go, Zinchenko. There you go. Right, we're playing 4-2-3-1 because that's what Arsenal play, and it might. Hopefully, that's what we're going to play tomorrow as well. So, so the 2 DMs. Who's the 2 6s? The 2 pivots.
Thiago Fabinho.
Thiago Fabinho.
Drop that in it. Like, let's be honest. I mean, a shit Fabinho gets him Arsenal's midfield.
Let's be fair. Look, if Thiago is fit and at his best, Thiago gets in Arsenal's midfield, as Ricky says. He's not playing over Xhaka, is he? So,
Thiago has to be in there.
And Fabinho is better than Partey, but Partey's been in good form. Right.
Do you mean there's no bot on this one?
I have to be fair, man. Fabinho's been trashed this season. Bro.
Yeah,
I can't put Fabinho in.
He's been toilet water, bro.
Because he's been.
Yeah, I'll say it so you don't have to, Savage. It's Thiago Milner. Go on, let's just.
No,
hey, listen. You already know how I feel about James Milner. So like that. Come on.
James Milner, you know. Stop that.
I can't write Milner. Yeah. I'm gonna go Partey and Thiago.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Okay, no, you give them 2.
You might need to check with his probation first. I'm saying.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Sorry, too soon. My bad.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Head start as well.
We can do that on Sunday. What's he going over there for? What the?
Hey, Thiago can play anywhere, man. You know the vibes.
Yeah. Thomas Partey, yeah.
Thomas Partey, man.
He's not even in there. There you go. Oh, yeah, well, there it is. Hang on. Oh, he's EY. There you go. Thomas Partey. Right, the number 10. It's got to be Odegaard.
Odegaard, isn't it?
Odegaard.
See, Arsenal fans, look. Arsenal fans, you should be happy.
No, but I Jota that bomb buckler, dog.
Jota's played one game.
He's played one bit, yeah.
No, Jota, man.
I've got to be fair. It's got to make some sense.
You're giving Arsenal too much respect here.
That's number 10 though, isn't it? Jamie's right, man. Odegaard's the man in that position.
Arsenal, Odegaard is extremely talented, guys.
But if you're putting Odegaard in, then you have to take Partey out.
But then who'd you put there?
You can't put
Fabinho.
Yeah, but the geezer's been shocking all season.
He's a better player.
Shocking, you know.
We're going on form as well.
That's a bit strong in the fella.
I have been slagging Fabinho off for 6 months.
Fabinho's been moving like Stephen Hawking this season.
Overall, he's a better player.
Mobility is dead, bro. Flat tires.
Yeah, but we're going on form as well.
Yeah, Odegaard is a baller to be.
And on form, we're sitting 9th.
You're giving him too much respect.
Put Henderson in there.
Fabinho's missus is going to see this, then I'm putting Fabinho in there because she's a bit of a savage still.
Yeah, she's ruthless on Twitter.
She'll just cook me up on Twitter and block me, bro, you know, so.
Right, the forward areas. I think the right is Mo. I think that's quite easy.
350.
350's in. I don't know if 350. Let me just put 350 there. There's no results.
He's the new Aubameyang and Ozil.
Mo Salah. I'm going Luis Diaz on the left. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
It's not a competition for me, bro. Diaz is the man, bro.
Oh, what's that? What's Liz Diaz? And I'm going Gabriel Jesus up top. I know I've just said he ain't been great, but
I agree.
I can't put Darwin Núñez there, and Jota's only played 1 or 2 games.
Bobby scored more goals than Jesus.
But then Bobby has scored more goals than Jesus.
Yeah, put Firmino there.
And more assists.
This is going to piss Arsenal fans off.
Put Firmino there.
We can't put Bobby there.
Jesus has got to go there.
Bobby scored more.
No, man, he's got more goals than Jesus.
Nah, but let's stop pretending like Jesus' performances have been way better.
Yeah, but I know saying that he's very good, but he scored more goals.
Bournemouth's a tax write-off for everyone in the league, bro.
Don't watch that, man. He's got more goals than Jesus.
You can't say that though. Bournemouth are above us.
Exactly.
It can't be a tax write-off.
That's true.
Yeah, man. Firmino right that's up. Firmino right that's up.
I'll go Jesus.
Who's Gabriel Jesus?
Hang on. Your whole argument for Partey.
No, but look,
listen,
Arsenal top of the league because Jesus has transformed that Arsenal front line.
Yeah, but
I can't get what you're saying, but your whole argument for putting Partey in there was on form.
Yeah, Jesus is on better form than Bobby.
No, he's not because Firmino's got more goals than him.
Yeah, but I could score against
more assists.
Yeah, I was about to say, does that? I mean, listen, I don't mind if you.
No, man, if I go there, man, if I go there,
always mean that he's on better form, bro. Like it's not far away. It's not like it's not like it's Haaland versus Bobby. You know what I mean? It's
I'm not saying that, brother. But I'm just saying that Firmino should go there. I think Firmino should go there.
In 10 games.
But then if you're putting Bobby in, you need to take Salah out.
Yeah, right, that's why I agree.
Yeah, take him out. I will put Bobby in there.
Bobby up top.
Yeah, I'll put Bobby in there.
Jesus Christ.
No, what I'm trying to say, I would put Bobby in there and take Salah out because Salah has done nothing. He's done nothing.
I don't care. There's 2 players that stay in this team, and that's Mo and Virgil and Allison. Sorry, they're free. I can't take them out for any. I ain't
Bruno Cheru,
Mo.
Bruno Cheru there.
Latalik and Cheru, they were like the new
They sold me a dream with Latalik. Don't get started on that.
It's supposed to be Zidane.
So I'm looking at Gabriel Jesus' goals. He scored 2 against Leicester, 1 against Bournemouth. No, sorry, 2 against Leicester, 1 against Villa, 1 against Brentford, and 1 against Spurs. So we're taking
against all your teams.
So we're talking about
Bobby scored 3 against Bournemouth. Like,
yeah, man.
Guys, forget honestly. I know goals.
You could only beat the team. Listen, you got to forget. You
got to forget the goals.
Only beat the team in front of you.
He's been playing. He's been playing exceptional. He has, yeah.
I'm putting
Hold on. Jamie, honestly, bro, what is the goal difference between Bobby and Jesus? Like 1 goal or 2?
I'm doing it now.
I swear it's got to be like 1 goal. If it is, man, come on, bro.
I'm doing it now. This is what I'm doing. Hang on.
Are we all just going to act like this guy hasn't been an exceptional, like,
forward? No, he's been exceptional.
Like, he's been dropping deep, like burning man up, linking play. He's been amazing.
Cal, if you seen Bobby this summer, now forget we never had Bob. If you seen him this summer and he scored the goals he's scoring this season, would you not put him in?
No, because Bobby's had two, maybe 3 good games, and it's like unexpected because none of us expected him to actually score them goals.
But he still had it though.
Yeah, but he's still back the goals.
Tomorrow,
I expect. Give us the
tomorrow,
stats, bro.
I expect Jesus. He's got more chance to score than Bobby.
Give us the stats. Give stats, Jamie.
So Bobby has scored 2 against Bournemouth, 1 against Newcastle, 2 against Brighton, and he's assisted 3. So there's not a lot in it. And if you look at the clubs, apart the clubs that both have scored against, they're quite even.
So he's got 5. And then what's Jesus has got 5?
Hasn't Firmino played less games?
Has Jesus got any assists?
So Firmino's got 3 assists, 5 goals.
Now Jesus, what has he got for assists?
He's got 4 and 5, same goals and 2, 1 less assist, I think.
Oh God, man, put Jesus in, bro.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that hasn't Firmino played less games?
1 less game.
They both played 10 games, but Jesus has started more games. And if you're looking at teams they've scored against, they're both about even. There's not much in it.
And look, and the goals what Jesus has scored as well.
It's just so. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you can score goals, but if you're scoring the 5th goal in a 9-0 win, it's someone scoring the first and 2. You know, it all depends how you score goals.
To be fair, I think Bobby scored the first goal. I ain't even gonna lie, bro.
Bobby's a great look.
When it a chip from Diaz and he headed it in.
We've been saying it on this channel. We don't want Bobby to go, and this is one of the reasons why. Bobby's our top goal scorer. Let's not forget about that.
Wait, hold on. I just thought about this. If I'm playing a game tomorrow and I've got them forward options, I'm probably picking Jota.
If I've got an option.
I'm picking Jota.
Yeah, that's
I know, but like the thing was, if we play in a game tomorrow, and I would pick Jota out. If I had to line them all up and pick one, I'd pick Jota.
Right, Jota has played Arsenal 7 times and scored 7 goals.
Jota in there, isn't it?
It's just
Jota in there, man.
I can't.
We're saying kick Salah out, put Jesus in, and
I am not kicking Salah out.
No, you're not kicking Salah.
Yeah, take him out, innit? He ain't done nothing. He ain't done nothing.
350s on the touchline more clock than he's scoring goals.
Yeah, listen, brother. Yeah, you know, we're not in this season so far, you know, dog.
Mo Salah's watching from the stand at 350.
What?
Jamie, what is that?
Man called him 350.
I don't know.
That's his new name, 350. He picked up his new wage. Ain't done fuck all since.
Fucking hell.
Oh,
tragic.
That's bad, Ricky. That's bad.
Take him out, man. Take out Salah, man. Do not go with that, brother.
Mate,
You can't take out Salah.
Yeah, he can't. He ain't done nothing. What's he done this
we
season,
play with
mate?
10 men most week.
Yeah, ain't it?
Right, there's. I am not taking that. I am not taking that.
That's
Oh,
disrespectful.
Jamie, take him out, man. Be bold.
Right,
Be
so
bold.
there is. Right, Liverpool. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 Liverpool, 4 Arsenal. There you go.
That's a fair team.
I'm still not happy with that centre back. I'm still not happy with that centre back. Matip should be in there.
Take Van
The
Dijk out.
Saliba this season.
Take Van Dijk
Matip
out for
should be in
Matip.
there.
What, this season, John?
I am not
We're
taking
talking-
Van Dijk.
Are we going this season or we're talking
No,
overall?
my question's to John, Jamie. Would you take
Yeah,
Van
alright.
Dijk out and put Matip in? 'Cause that's the only way Saliba's going to leave the team, really. We can't pretend like he's been trash. He's been doping nearly every game, bro. So
Yeah, I ain't taking Van Dijk.
hold on.
I
You
think
just said
Matip
Saliba's much better
Matip
than
needs to go in there. Matip's a better defender.
If
Then Van
if
Dijk has to come out then.
Right, but if we're going off, you have all these players available. Forget form, forget everything else. You line them all up. Who you taking?
We're basing it on form and as well as overall.
yeah.
Right, so if you're basing it on football, but Jimmy
We're
said if
sitting
you
ninth.
have all the players lined up,
John,
who
John,
you gonna pick?
John, it's a bit
What's
of fun, my man. It's a bit.
John, listen, we're sitting 9th. They're sitting top. We haven't kept a clean sheet in donkey years.
Donkey's ears, you know.
Deserves to be there. Saliba
I
deserves to be
I
there.
think that's a good. I think that's a fair team overall.
Yeah.
To be
Nah,
honest.
man. I want to take out Salah, man. Take him on, man.
Yeah, put Salah on the side. Salah can be the manager.
Yeah.
That's where he sits most
I
games.
am not.
Put him on the
taking-
sideline.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the
Salah's
end of the
coach.
day, if I had a choice and I had to pick 2 teams and I got either to play Saka or Salah at right wing, I'm playing Salah every day of the week.
yeah, that's
Nah, man.
I am not picking Saka over Salah.
It seems.
No, I would have took him out. I would have took him out. I would have put like someone like I don't know, probably Firmino over there. Just put him over there.
Nah, if you're gonna
I'm
take
putting
Salah
him
out,
right.
you have to put Martinelli in. If you're taking Saka out,
Yeah.
I ain't putting Martinelli in either.
Probably that's a fair point. Actually, that is such a fair point.
What is Martinelli?
A fair point.
Everyone-
No,
Martinelli plays on Diaz's side, though, isn't it?
yeah, that's the trouble. Yeah,
No, man, true, man.
No
That's
way.
a fair point. That Cav.
Yeah, there's no way, bro. Martinelli gets ahead of Diaz, bro. No way.
No, you get on form. He'll get ahead of Salah at the moment.
Yeah, but it's on the wrong side of the pitch. Martinelli plays on the left, isn't it?
Martinelli's got
Yeah, but
3
he's right
goals.
footed though, isn't he?
Martinelli's got 3 goals and 1 assist in the Premier League in 8 games this season.
Congratulations to Martinelli, man.
I'm
What's
having a
Salah
look
got?
at the thing. I'm having a look.
You've got a couple
Oh,
of assists, I think, Salah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm never doing this again.
Now Salah needs to fix up, man.
Salah's played a game less and scored 2 and assisted 3, so there's nothing much. And he's played a game less as well. And who's the other one I said? Saka. All right. Let's just get this finished with. Saka
I think that's the team, isn't it?
Saka has scored 1 goal and assisted 4, so we can keep that quiet now, can we? Jesus Christ.
I don't think none of us was going to put Saka in anyway, to be fair. All due respect to him and that. You know what I mean?
What was the other one? Diaz, ain't it?
He still missed that penalty for England. I ain't got over that still.
Is Xhaka over Party? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I ain't going to lie, Cav. I'm kind of with that still.
So
you know what I mean?
Diaz has got
and Jack has got no cases hanging over his head as well, bro. So a clean cut, you know, like that. I'm here for.
Diaz has got the same stats as Martinelli, so I'm going Diaz because he's a better player. So let's just So this is a good, fair team. So
that's the team. That's the team.
Trent at right back, Saliba, Virgil, and Zinchenko. Partey and Thiago sitting. Odegaard the 10. Diaz the left. Jesus in them through the middle. Salah on the right. That ain't a bad team. Come on. That ain't a bad team. Considering Arsenal, if we did this last season, you wouldn't have a single player. So you have improved. You have improved. I think that's a fair.
They definitely improved that team, man.
Yeah, that's definitely fair. That's definitely fair.
Who would the manager be of this team?
Pep Linders. I can't.
To be fair, they've got their own Pep. If you watch the documentary, they've got their own Pep Linders, isn't it? He was doing a lot of talking in the documentary, bro. He's taking all the limelight from Arteta, bro. Just saying.
Big up, Terry. Yeah. Harvey, yeah. We didn't really think about Harvey. He's been decent for Liverpool, to be fair.
Nah, but we'll look at the positions that have been taken up. On
he can't play in a 4-2-3-1.
I mean, to be fair to Harvey, he's been better than Salah.
Yeah, I'm not having.
I'm not going to start the argument on that, but yes.
No, I can't have Salah, Virgil, and Alisson in my team. I don't care what anyone says. They have to be in my team. Yeah, you bring back Unai Emery just to do it, just for a one-off, especially if it's a Europa League final game. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, he's got that. He's got that covered, man.
Right, that's that, guys. That is that.
It was a good team. That was a good team.
Big up to Terry as well. Terry, are you new in here? Big up to you, my friend, if you are.
Terry, am I tripping or is that Thiago's daughter? I mean, not Thiago's, Diaz's daughter. I swear it looks like Diaz's daughter. It's probably yours, so I apologize.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm just hoping.
Looks just like the. Now you know the end of the season when they do the lap of honor.
Yeah, it's got the cop in the background. So that's just photoshopping it.
Yeah, man, get jacket, you know.
Yeah, that's a Photoshop because look how big she is compared to the cop behind. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he said it is. Yeah.
Good spot that.
Yeah, you gotta be careful, bro. You might catch a case with them kind of photos. I'm just saying, bro.
Right. So, Arsenal fans, hope you're happy with that. Look, it's going to be a difficult game. We're going to go, Diaz, pick up Terry. You know, you might want to be like. But big up to everyone. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe to the channel. There's over 118 people in here right now. Hit that like button, guys.
Yeah, so
we had up to 150 here at one point. So yeah, smash that like button, guys, and subscribe if you've not subscribed already. I'd appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe to the other guys' channels. I will put them links in a sec. Or if I've got any mods in the house, if there's any mods about, you can do it for me, Ash, if you're still about. Put the links in for us, please, my man. I'd appreciate it. Right, let's talk about our team now. Our 11 that should start tomorrow, guys. Something we can hopefully not argue about. I'll go you first, Ricky. Formation first. Let's talk about formation first. So, Klopp spoke about in his press conference what I watched. I only can say what I watched. I won't talk about anything I didn't watch. But what I watched him say is that he understands that we've come predictable with the 4-3-3 and we do need to change things up, which is nice. You know, it's good to hear. I mean, some fans are like, why did it take him so long? But he's willing to try things up now. Now, the 4-2-3-1 he liked against Rangers. I know people keep saying it's only. I'm not like that. Everyone keeps going, it's only Rangers. You can't tell it's only Rangers. Look, Rangers got to a European final last season. They beat PSV to get into the Champions League. Yeah, they're not a great side, but a lot of Liverpool content creators and a lot of Liverpool fans on Twitter were saying that Rangers are going to do us damage. We might have to come from behind to beat them and stuff like that. So, and then, as I keep saying on this channel, I watched Sheriff beat Real Madrid in the Champions League. I watched a team. I watched a COVID virus almost beat Man United on Thursday night. So it's that's why I'm not always in. It's only Rangers. You can't. We played a lot better. We played a lot better. We controlled the game more. So, what do you think he's going to do, Ricky? Do you think he's going to go back to 4-3-3, which he trusts and he knows? Or do you think he's going to stick with his 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2 or 4-2-4, whatever it is on the pitch?
I think he goes the same formation against Rangers that we did in midweek. Has to, because we lose tomorrow, we're in a world of trouble. So I think he'll go with that. And I think he'll try to blitz Arsenal quite early on with it, get a couple goals. And then it wouldn't surprise me, 60, 65 minutes, you then see substitutions come in that then revert us back to the 4-3-3 to sort of make it a bit more solid down the middle. But I do expect us to do that. You need to be 2 or 3 clear, I think. But I think it'll be the same team for me that played against Rangers as well. I wouldn't change anyone.
Same team.
And yeah, I'd stick with that.
Interesting. Savage, your thoughts?
Same as what Ricky said, man. I think we won the game. We've been low. Our team's been low on confidence. So whenever you get a win, however we played, us just play the same the next game, man. It'll be weird, and it won't be really fair on the players as well to go back and change the formation and confuse them. If you want some predictability, this is the formation to play. If you want to be a bit more predictable, then yeah, 4-3-3. We know what we get from that. It's hot and cold, really. Don't get me wrong; it was hot for like 3-4 seasons, so I ain't gonna diss it completely. But at the same time, I just think we get more out of the front line playing this formation, and we need to at the moment because Salah's not scoring, Nunes hasn't scored really, so like confidence building in that position, and they can all. I think Ricky mentioned it earlier. They can all interchange, which is very good, and I think they do it naturally as well. It seems like organic. You'll just see Diaz move across. At one point in the Rangers game, I've seen Salah on the left wing. I don't know how he got there. They just teleported in that.
Yeah, they changed loads.
Yeah. And then Nunes and Jota with that press in the centre is going to be massive. Put pressure on Gabriel on that, man, because he's got a mistake in him. He's not shit, but he's got a mistake there. So yeah, I'm here for that, man.
Yeah, exactly. Kev's just out of the room a minute. Rods, you same formation?
Yeah, man.
What do you reckon?
You know what? I can't disagree with what my man said, Ricky. I can't disagree with him, and I kind of disagree with Savage because see, the most important thing tomorrow, what Klopp could be on Klopp's mind, he wants to keep it tight. Do you know what I mean? He knows at the end of the day, sort of like if he does a 4-3-3, he's going to leave gaps. Do you know what I mean? And with the pace of Martinelli, with the pace of Saka and everything that, they're just going to exploit those gaps. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And literally, I didn't exploit us. So I think he wants to keep it tight. He's going back to sort of like his old way of playing, like very, very defensive, compact and everything like that, pressing and all the sort of things that made us great. You know what I mean? He's going back to that. Do you know what I mean? Which, you know what? I'm happy because when I saw the lineup on Tuesday night and everything like that, I was like, wow. Do you know what I mean? He's finally done it. Do you know what I mean? He's finally changed the system and it worked for us. I mean, we can only play we can only beat what's in front of us. Do you know what I mean? That's all we can do and think that. Beat what's in front of us and stuff. So it worked well. So I don't see him changing it. And also, I don't see him changing the personnel because that personnel he had up front and everything that, right, they can do so many dangerous things. That, you know what I mean? So many dangerous things just like rotate and next minute you're finding Salah on the left wing and Diaz on the right wing and you've got like Jota as a striker and you know what I mean? It's just so much variables you can do to that front four. So I don't see him changing it. I wouldn't change it. I would just keep with that team and that, right? And go out and just give it to Arsenal. Just give it to them. Can't stand them.
Big up, Rods. John, same to you, mate.
I would go with the exact same team that played against Rangers. The only one I'd probably change would be I'd bring Bobby in for this game. Bobby likes to play against Arsenal. If you bring a fresh Jota off the bench against a tired Arsenal defence, could be dangerous.
Good shout. Good shout.
But I fancy Nunez to get at least 2 goals in this game.
Wow, Darwin Núñez getting 2 goals. Jesus
I
Christ.
think the second he gets his first one, he's going to start backing.
Yeah, I agree with you, John. I do agree with you there. I think he just needs. I've been saying with Darwin for a while. I think Darwin just needs one of them ones that comes off his arse or his head or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he just gets his confidence back, and then he's flying. Bobby is an interesting one because I've been pondering on the Bobby Firmino thing as well. And right, let's pick our team anyway. Let's do this, right? Let's present the screen. Jesus Christ. I think I've already put the defense in there, so yeah, that should be interesting. So I don't know what we're going to play without a goalkeeper because it's we don't. So Alisson in goal, right? That's the back four I went with for this game. Any changes to it, guys, and why, Ricky?
The only one it would be Matip for Konate, but I just think with Martinelli on Trent, Konate's got that strength and pace where Matip hasn't got, but Matip reads the game a lot better than Konate, so you might not need to use that if you Matip. You might already be in that position to stop Martinelli going forward.
I don't know where they just came from.
Flipping hell.
Only changed formation. I must have done this a while ago.
Oh, that's the end of the show.
Yeah, that is the team, innit?
Just go on now, mate.
Right, let's leave it there and discuss about it. I didn't even know I did that. I didn't change the formation. I must have had multiple ones up. So with Konate, if we were picking it against Arsenal, with knowing the pace of Martinelli and Jesus on that side, would you be willing to play Konate even though he hasn't played yet this season, Savage?
Yeah, I'm in 2 minds about it. I mean, Ricky mentioned it right at the beginning of the show, and I kind of agreed with him, but still wanted to play Matip. It's mainly because I'm in the dark about what Konate has been up to, and like I know he was injured and he came back, but I don't know how ready he is, and I don't want to be disrespectful to him and say you can't come into a game because if you're fit, then you're ready to play in it. And when I think back to speedy wingers, he was the best player in the Champions League final against Real Madrid, and he had to deal with Vinicius on that same side. So,
dealt with him quite well as well, to be fair.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I mean, when they scored, it was nothing to do with him really. So, and he was the best player on the pitch all round. So, he definitely can come in. It's twofold in it. He comes in, and if he's okay, he's going to have a great game, and he will help Trent out a lot. If he comes in and he's a bit rusty, I don't know if we can afford out of position mistake or anything like that because their team's too fast and they'll punish you for it. They've been quite clinical this season in terms of when it's a one-on-one on goal, they score. So safety tells me Matip, but fuck it, it's Arsenal, and let's go for it, man. Put Konate in, bruv. Baptism by fire. And
let me just get to this comment 1 second. PS Midi. Matip for the joint team, but not Liverpool team. Okay, right. One thing I would say there, with Konate, and we have bigged up Saliba, we think Saliba's quality. But Konate and Saliba are arguably going to be the French back two for years to come. So we've got a bit more quality in our defensive area than you have. That's all. That's all. I mean, if Konate played for Arsenal, he'd be starting instead of Gabriel. So,
100%.
And Konate and Saliba are probably going to be the future of French football going forward because they're both only like 20 and 23 or whatever it is. So, yeah, that's why, my friend. That's why. But Matip's quality as well.
Just to add to the Konate decision, Jamie, the one thing you could possibly criticise him about is he can get pulled and dragged into that midfield spot and then leave space in behind, which, to be honest, is Jesus is going to look to drop in into that midfield quite a lot. So it could work against us in that sense. If he actually does play and he follows Jesus into that midfield, it's going to create all kinds of space for the likes of Martinelli to run into and what have you. So, and if we play the two in midfield, who do you pass him on to? Because if when you're defending, you've got a lot of people to kind of pick up, and that's why you definitely need, Diaz and Jota or Salah coming back as well. But I would go with Matip purely because Konate's not played this season, and Matip is just a bit better at reading the game. And I feel like if Jesus does drop in, he'll just let him go and then go in tighter when he needs to. I think he's better at just reading the game in that sense.
Yeah. Totally agree.
Matip can also start an attack as well. If Matip drives into the midfield, Matip can start an attack.
That's facts.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's got to be Matip tomorrow because I think at the end of the day you need your most experienced heads on the field tomorrow. You definitely do. You need the most experienced heads on the field, and I think with Konate, it's a good shout. But the only thing I worried about with Konate, and if like, he hasn't played no games, you know what I mean? I'll more or less have him on the bench and everything now. And if we're like 3-0 up or 2-0 up and everything that, just bring him on later, just to see out the game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, go five at the back, man.
Yeah, go five back. Yeah, exactly.
Joking,
Yeah, exactly.
Rangers in the week might be a good game for Konate to come back into. To be honest,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
We're mostly agreed on that. John, you agreed on that? Matip over Konate just for till Konate's ready.
John.
All right, John's falling in one of his 27 rooms, so we'll leave him be a minute. Midfield area, guys. Yeah, that's the two. We know Thiago's travelled apparently to London, so it seems fine. Hendo and Thiago.
Yep.
Hendo and James, bro.
Can't have Brian. Brexit midfield. It'd be Brexit midfield, Milner and Hendo.
You're playing Jay Spearing?
Jay Spearing's going to be on the bench.
No, could you imagine? Jesus
I can't stand Jay Spearing's face, you know.
He's the one that won Arthur in training.
That man's aged badly, ain't he?
He's got the oldest young person face I've ever seen, bro. It's like Benjamin Button disease, isn't it?
The man's
he wants more game time for the under 21, so he took Arthur out in training.
Split his groin. That teacher. So Henderson and Thiago. Look, I know a lot of the fan base are down on Henderson all the time. Everyone knows this.
Come on, respect.
I think in this number 6 role, in this deeper position, it suits him a lot.
Yeah,
this game it suits him there, and he can dictate the game better because he can't. It's very hard to press deep line central midfielders, especially if you play a 4-2-3-1. So he can see the game in front of him. And I've been saying this for a while. Henderson's passing is underrated. He's a good passer of the football. I mean, that little ball, that chip pass over to Salah the other day against Rangers, quality ball. Only
when Nunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he didn't score from that, no one talks about it. But it was a quality. It was a quality pass.
Great. There was a couple actually he did that were really good.
And he's decent at Ricky. So Ricky, what's your opinion on Henderson? Because I know you're a bit 50-50.
I love Henderson for what he's done for the club. I just think it's 2022. He shouldn't be put in a position where he has to play week in, week out.
No, I agree with that.
In the top games. Listen, there's no bad word about Henderson. I just think he's been put in that position. There is one thing that winds me up about Henderson's game is when we're chasing a game, whether we're level or looking for a goal to get level, he does that one touch spamming cross.
The right side spam. That's a Henderson special.
With someone that's 4 foot 6 in the penalty area, that ain't never getting on the end of it, and he don't learn from doing it.
I think it's worked once. The time he's done it, I think it's legitimately only ever worked.
Peter Crouch wouldn't get to that, bro.
He does it every game. Guaranteed it.
That no look cross. He thinks he's Bobby when he does it. No look cross, and it goes nowhere.
But when he's playing this deeper position, he's not got that. He ain't going to be.
Yeah, he doesn't try it from there. Is he? You're right.
So playing him in his deeper position does suit him. So we're going Hendo there, and plus Hendo. Look, I think Trent plays better when Hendo plays. So
yes,
we'll go Hendo there.
It depends how the game's going to go, Jamie. Like the thing with this game and what makes it like so exciting, especially for the neutrals, is it could be a game that Arsenal have periods of timing where they're like in our half and dominating possession a bit, moving the ball side to side. We could do the same to them, winning the balls back when they're cleared and then putting the pressure on again. It could also be a basketball game end to end, and then if it's the latter, I think you just pick Henderson over Fabinho because he gets across the pitch a bit better. And we've seen Fabinho when there's space around him, people can just skip by him. But I do think he's better defending on the edge of his box than Henderson. So I think you go with Henderson, but it's difficult because you don't know how the game's going to play out. And I think they both support the defense in different ways.
Chris, who the hell have we hated on?
This Chris Geezer's emotional, bro. He was just talking about whinging Scousers, dust, bro. Listen,
we've
we don't
not
hate any.
hated on anyone, even the Arsenal fans.
Go ahead, bumbuckler. Go ahead.
Geezer's shambles, bro. I hate a couple of people in life, bro. Your mum and your dad, and your obvious reasons. But apart from that, we're good, bro.
even the Arsenal fans in here have been bantering, but even they're like, yeah, no problem.
Go ahead.
It's emotional, bro.
We have not even hated on anyone. We've actually, if anything, we've overpraised Arsenal.
He's a bum, bro. As soon as people start calling us whinging Scousers, you know where that comes from, bro. And I ain't got no time for it, bro. So
fuck off.
It's just silly. When Hendo is in form, his pass is sexy as fuck. Egyptian King,
yo.
I know Hendo's got that beard now, and he's looking at that. He's that rough sort. So I don't know.
got that Steve Rogers beard, isn't it? That Captain America Infinity War beard, bro.
Just stop that.
In fairness, as well, just going back to the
Egyptian King.
Just going back to the previous game, in terms of the passing as well, like if it's a game where we're playing in the opposition's half, I think Fabinho is a better passer of the ball. Like he's so good at that little chipped ball in behind the defense. Even though he's not done it for a while, but he's done it in the past quite a lot.
When he gets high up.
Yeah, and he plays that little ball.
I think Fabinho's better at that, but I think Hendo's better at the deeper ball.
And that was going to be my exact point. And I think this is a game where, like I alluded to it when I was talking about Trent, but if we win that ball back in transition, if Arsenal play in a high line, then we should be looking to exploit it and play that early ball. And Henderson's going to be better at it than Fabinho. So that's probably a plus for him as well.
Definitely. And look, Hendo's in better form than Fabinho at the moment. So, Hendo deserves to keep his space, the spot.
Man.
Thiago, Ricky. Thiago fit, Thiago plays. Is it as simple as that?
Yeah, I mean, he's the best footballer at the club by a mile. I said to someone in a WhatsApp group that we've got Arsenal this week and City next week. He has to play both. He has to stay fit for both. You could even take him out for the Rangers game in the Champions League to give him a rest. There's games he don't need to play in this season because to get top 4, we need him fit all season. So if it means him coming out for a less of an important game to then play one of the bigger games, it has to be done. We're not blessed with midfield options that can win us games. But I expect Thiago to school Arsenal midfield by himself. I mean, the tempo he plays at, the passing. I read a stat today. He's got one of the highest tackle success rates in Europe this season. So it's not like he just floats about and just passes the ball. He gets involved and makes tackles, track back. We all know Thiago loves to give a foul away here and there and pretend he didn't do it. But I'd like to see him get a couple more assists. I know he's the assist to the assist, but him and Hendo looked so good the other night. I know it was Rangers, but I'm not being disrespectful to Rangers. Like you said, they was in the European final last season. Them two absolutely run their socks off, and let's hope it works again tomorrow.
No, I agree. I totally agree. Before we move on, guys, there is the Ricky's channel is in the chat. Please go and subscribe so we can get up to 700 subscribers, guys.
Yeah, man, Ricky, big up your chest.
Get on that, guys. And then there's John Moores as well. He's 10 away from 100 subscribers, guys. So please go and just go over to that, hit the link, subscribe, come back. It's all good stuff over here, guys. And I'm going to put Rodgers in there as well in one sec. Savage Thiago, I know you love him.
He's incredible, bro. Honestly, he's incredible, man. I think I don't know. Thiago fully fit without injuries and that, man. I don't know where we're talking about him because he can do stuff that no one else can do currently in football. But it's just he's got to play. It's simple. There's not much more for me to say. He's got to play, bro. It's one of them ones, and I think he can boss the team. He can boss the Arsenal team. He can take over games sometimes, Thiago. You know what he's like, bro. And when he puts it on, it's game over for the other team. I agree with Ricky at the same point with probably more assists and stuff like that. But as Ricky did say, also, he is the pass before the pass a lot of the time, linking stuff up and things like that. So, yeah, he's dope, man. I'm ready for it, bro. Bring him, play him in.
Definitely. I think I call you Kaz then. Cav.
Yeah, look, like just to add to Ricky's point on Thiago, like his tackling is brilliant, and I know you've really like praised him this season at like his recovery tackles. Like he is our best defender at times from that midfield area. He, if you remember back to the first few games he played for us, he was always trying to make them recovery tackles, but it was just the yard off or like a second off, and he was picking up, you know, bookings and warnings and stuff. But he seems to have really like mastered it again now, and he seems to win the ball back every time he's battling for it, both, you know, sliding tackles and in the air. Like the guy can leap for such a tiny bloke as well. But I would obviously start him, but I think regardless of which way the game's going, I would probably look to pull him off on like 60, 65 minutes, regardless of the result, the score at the time, sorry, because he's important for this game. He's important for every game moving forward. But if we've got any chance of beating Man City in the following league game, we need him fit. So if we're winning, losing, I don't play him for the 90. Just pull him off for me, wrap him up in cotton wool. And protect him as much as you can.
God's sake, not one person here has called himself a Scouser. What are you chatting about? Not a single Scouse accent. Stop calling yourself Scousers, you Liverpool fans. Yeah, that's what, because we've not, none of us. Ricky, you called yourself a Scouser tonight?
Man City.
Savage, you called yourself a Scouser?
Mate, I don't want to lay into these geezers, man. They're annoying. They're annoying, bro. Like,
are they watching or just like?
tell your sister start calling herself a woman. She got a penis, you know, like that. Just leave me alone, bro.
Man City weren't irrelevant until a couple of years ago, anyway. So sit down, man.
I don't mind banter and people having a go, but just be sensible with it, man. Just be sensible with it. No one said we're Scousers here. Yeah, exactly, my friend. Exactly. Big up this geezer as well, PS Midi. I think he's an Arsenal fan, but he's been decent. Big up.
Yeah.
The attack, guys. The attack. So what we got? If we're playing this 4-2-3-1 or 4-2-4 or 4-4-2, no matter what it sets up on the pitch, is it the same four that played against Rangers, or do you somehow squeeze Bobby in?
I'm taking Jarrett out for Bobby.
You're taking out for Bobby in the 10.
Shout. That's a shout, though. It's a shout.
Oh, what are we doing here, guys? That's like a dagger to the heart.
I don't know. If you were to bring Jarrett on at the 70 minute mark against a tired Arsenal defence, picture of damage he could do.
John, what if it's too late?
I don't think it will be. To be you have
it's been too late in every game this season. Everyone scores against us.
Diaz, Nunez, Salah, Bobby. Now, if they can't finish this Arsenal team off within the first half,
who would you play in the first half?
You're playing Diaz, Nunez, Salah, and Bobby. In the first half.
I understand.
That team isn't good enough to finish Arsenal off in the first half, and then fucking hell, what are we doing?
We weren't good enough to finish off Fulham, Crystal Palace, any of these teams
Brighton.
in the first half. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's not even against you, bro. I just think that we can't afford to just going behind business and then all of a sudden we spring into gear and then we score a goal to draw the game instead of winning it.
Obviously, Jarrett probably is the better player to play.
Yeah, because I love Bobby. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Bobby has got a good record against Arsenal.
So was Jota.
So
was Jarrett, yes, but
Jota's got the best record against him.
Yeah.
Bobby's on form this season. Like what I was saying, Bobby's our top goal scorer this season.
John, honestly, if Bobby plays, right, for me, I don't know whether he's going to be brilliant like he's been in a couple of games or terrible and can't even control a ball. Like, we can't say...
It is a risk. It is a big risk. You're right.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, Jota's only played a couple of games since coming back, but in both of them games, he's given us everything. Like, touch, dropping in, linking play, a goal
Yes.
threat, getting in behind. Like, I don't know why you change that. Like, I do
I
understand.
just think if you get Bobby in that box and you give him a chance inside that box, he's putting it away.
You know what it is, though? You know what it is? I think what it is, there's a shout to change him, but personally, I wouldn't change him. I will keep Jota in there, yeah, because Jota himself has got a good record against Arsenal. You know what I mean? So I'll keep Jota as a 10, and then sort of, excuse me, then sort of like, as you said, like, 70th minute, you can bring on Bobby Firmino.
No,
You know what I mean?
Jimmy, no. Nunez has to start the game.
Yeah, Jamie, don't even, please.
Right.
Jota
Has to start the game.
and Firmino
Jamie's
end up
ramping,
in the
dog.
same position.
Now, I think Jota plays. I think we've missed Jota badly when he's not played for us, and he's an important player for us. And he wins. He's our that fox in the box. He's our fox in the box, ain't he? He's arguably our best finisher in the club as well.
He is.
Jimmy, see if you're going to do that, what you need to do is play Jota in behind Bobby.
Saint I think, right. Saint tells me Bobby's going to play in this game because Arsenal are very good at overloading the midfield. That is what they're very, very good at, yeah? And you need... Bobby Firmino is very good at dropping deep into these positions here, ain't it? So if these two have to split and we have to we're getting overloaded in midfield, Bobby can come deep.
Yeah, right. That's not where you want Bobby, but you don't want.
No,
Bobby.
I'm trying to think of what Klopp might be worried about, because I don't think Klopp wants to go back to the 4-3-3 for this game. I think he wants to play 4-2-3. But he's worried about the overload, and that is why I got a feeling he might play Bobby.
Right. If you're going to
Nunez has to start.
I think Darwin has to start. I agree.
Because what's the point of signing Darwin Nunez for the amount of money we spent and planning one every 3 weeks?
If Nunez doesn't start, then where's he going to get his form? He can't keep in 5 minutes here and 10 minutes there. He has to start.
But then he keeps Jota in. He's still got to keep Jota in, though.
Yeah, Jota plays. Bobby comes out. Jota plays.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So I would keep it like Jota behind Nunez and everything that, and just make it go like that and everything that, right? That's gonna get us. That should get us a couple of goals in it, and then you bring on Bobby later on. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes, as Cav said in it, sometimes you don't know what you get with Bobby Firmino. Sometimes you don't know what you get. Do you know what I mean? He's a good player. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes you don't know what you get with it. So I would stick with the same team that went out to Rangers the other night. I will stick with that until it's broke.
If Jota starts ahead of Bobby, I'm not disappointed. I'm happy either way.
There's an element of like, if we start Bobby, it's just like a temporary thing, isn't it? Because Bobby's not the guy moving forward for us. Like, so maybe he'll play his part this season, but beyond this season, Jota and Nunez are our go-to guys, aren't they, as us forwards? So we have to, if we got them available, just start playing them. Play them regularly, get them used to each other, and then that's your team. Hopefully going into next season as well with some additions. But if you can't play Bobby and Jota, because they'll both drop deep and they'll just kill each other in the same space. You need Nunez on the shoulder of that defense, and Nunez is our biggest goal threat. It's just he's not our best finisher. That's the thing. Every time he plays, he creates chances because he's always on the shoulder of the fence. He always gets a shot on target. He's just, unlucky on occasion, especially against Rangers, actually getting that goal. But he is the biggest threat, because he's always in the position. So you have to play him.
Yeah, yes, it's true. It's true. Real talk.
I think Jota is the key role really, because he's going to have to drop.
Sorry, this guy's got to go.
That
City fan was just being. I don't care if they're disrespecting me. I don't give a shit. But when you disrespect everyone in the chat and start having a go at it's bye-bye time. Sorry,
dickhead.
Oh, guys.
Yeah, I mean that's the team in it, Jamie. Like, I was just going to say, like, Jota's role tomorrow, and if he plays in that sort of 10 position, so key moving forward, because he's going to be expected to be a goal threat and also a guy that sort of drops in midfield and supports like the midfielders. like we've seen Bobby do in the past. But I believe in him because like he's shown it in against Ajax, and he did it really well against Rangers as well. I think that interchange between all of them, you know, Jota can go out on the left, Nunes can go on the left. You can see Diaz coming in field. Like they have so much like movement in that team. And like I was saying earlier, if they can gel together and like read each other's game, like not by watching each other, but more by instinct, then it can be almost unstoppable. Because like the Arsenal defenders and the teams moving forward, they won't know who to pick up because they'll be like, do I drop into midfield with Jota, or do I, you know, stay back with Nunes? Do I go and double up on Diaz or Salah? Like these are the great options that we want to have as Liverpool fans. Is just throw all them threats at the opposition and let them figure it out. You know.
Yeah.
Big up, Mohammed.
Agreed.
Yeah, we were talking about Ibu earlier, but we're just thinking it might have came a game too soon for him. But it was a shout, definitely. But yeah, big up, and big up, Andrew. I ain't seen Andrew for a while. You're doing well, mate. It's nice to hear from you. So, do we think it'll be more of a 4-4-2 like we got on the screen right now? It's Jota and Nunes, the two. Diaz and Salah, the two wide men, and Thiago or Henderson? Or do you think it'll be more of a 4-2-3-1? Because what I like about 4-2-3-1, you can set up in different ways, can't you? From it on the pitch. But do you think we start off a flat 4-4-2? What do you reckon?
No.
4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1.
I only think that because when I checked the average position of our players in the Rangers game, it was 4-2-3-1 for most of the game.
Yeah.
Obviously, they were a bit more fluid with it, so they will drift around and stuff like that. But that was the basis of it.
And then in extreme cases, you just go this.
You just get them.
When we're 3-0 down, you'll go that.
If we're doing that, guys, something's gone wrong.
You unleash hell by doing that.
Fucking 3-0 then, Ricky. You nuts. How do you not say that?
John's not having it.
You had to fucking say 3-0 then, didn't you?
I really like that side. I've got to say, I do.
Right, Jamie, block this geezer, bro.
What one?
He's back and it, the same dude, bro.
What, the Joe one?
Yeah.
Why are you being racist, man? What the fuck is that about?
Yeah, come on, cut that out.
Yeah, fuck you, man. Take a sucking mother.
Sorry, guys. Apologies. Sorry about that.
Is it? Would we agree that that's the team going forward? But then in defence, it's probably is a 4-4-2 with, you know, we know Diaz drops back and supports Tsimikas.
That's funny, actually.
If it's a team that defends in a 4-4-2 formation, you need Salah to be dropping back and support as well, which actually I think he did in that Rangers game.
Yeah, he does.
I think maybe that's an instruction that's been given to him is like, look, that license to stay up the pitch and do whatever you want, that's gone now. You're gonna have to track back as a traditional right midfielder. And let's face it, like there's no reason why he shouldn't, because whereas before it was good because he was so fast and, you know, on the break, how many times have we seen him and Mane just score from like when we're defending corners and stuff? But you know, that's not the system anymore. And he's like one of the fittest guys in the team, so he should be doing the running. You know, he should be helping out everybody. And you've got someone that like Nunes and up there that can hold the ball up, run in behind if need be. So you still got that threat in the team as well. Yeah,
that's facts. That's facts. To be fair to Salah, he does help out quite a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, that the way and when we played 4-2-3-1 against Rangers, I actually saw Trent Alexander-Arnold overlap Mo Salah. I almost fell out.
Yeah, me too, man.
It was like, I was like, whoa,
really cried, bro.
What the hell? You're not undercutting him anymore. You're overlapping him. I was like, Jesus Christ. And
I bet Nunes had a word with like Thiago or someone, and it was just like, have a word with this kid, I beg. Like,
oh man, it's just like, get forward. Yeah, Trent looked better. Trent looked better all round in that game as well. He got forward in. Do you know what's weird as well? Oh, do you think this is the 11 we go with before we get into it? That's the 11 we go with.
I
Yeah.
Similar. I think it's exactly the same team that played Rangers, ain't it? I don't see no reason why we need to change it either. And I'm sorry, but if Luis Diaz, Jota, Salah, and Darwin Nunes are on form, they're causing problems to Arsenal.
Yeah,
of course.
That's as simple as that. That's as simple as that. Let's get the scores in. Let's get to scores, guys. Before we get that's a disgrace. All yourself a City fan out of order. We are not helmets like big. Helmets like big Steve. Big up window cleaning. Big up to you. Yeah, MJG window cleaning. Great name, but yeah, he's a City fan, but he's in it a lot and he's a good bloke. So he's cool.
Anyone know where Pac-Man's gone, bro?
I haven't seen Pac-Man for time. I don't know where he's gone. Since we asked him to come on the After Dark podcast, he's never been seen.
Pac-Man's been drafted, bro. I don't know what's going on.
I haven't seen him on any channels though.
Over that,
he does go on. I haven't seen him.
I reckon he's gone on like a massive bender and he's trying to get some stories together for the After Dark pod.
Look, get quiet. Wait to hear my one tomorrow. Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck. I look forward to that one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It didn't go well, man. I almost got slapped. Yeah. Leave it there, man. It was a little teaser there, but yeah, the After Dark podcast tomorrow night should be fun. Yeah. Hang on. Bailey knows Pac-Man because they go on the thingy. I've messaged Pac-Man. He has family things to think. I'll big up Bailey.
Big up Pac-Man and then, man.
It's Bailey Pac-Man. I think they were in the live chat for Never a Foul. What is it I called it the other day?
What did you call it, man?
Only a foul.
You called it only a foul, bro. These kids are so funny, bro.
He's doing it up like that.
Man had OnlyFans on his mind and I called it only a foul.
What are you doing now? What are you doing now? Because I was meant to say, because I was going on Never a Foul to do the Champions League review of the Rangers game with Cass and that. And I went, I'm going on Only a Foul. So what's that called? What? It's not Only a Foul, is it? But no, they're good. They're good. Egyptian King 3-1 to the sexy red men tomorrow. Egyptian King.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
He said sexy quite a lot tonight,
I think it's Saturday night. He's relaxed at home. It's 11 o'clock. Field. Probably got a drink.
Sniffing them poppers, rude boy.
Did you see that manager? Who was it? I seen a clip earlier on today. That manager sniffing poppers.
Scotland game, I think.
Yeah.
Scotland game.
What was that?
He was on it, bro.
Who was sniffing what?
Manager was like sniffing sad just to get his senses, like wake him up. It must be some dead game. And he sniffs at it. He's like facial expression just went.
Oh, is it like some bath salt? Some bath salt's been up to so what we're saying, guys, Ricky, score for tomorrow.
I had 2 score predictions that I did on my show. So I said if we go with the 4-2-3-1, I think we win 3-1. If we go with the 4-3-3, I think it'll be 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan, no mate, he's apparently he's in London with the team, so it looks like it's all cool. 2-3-1. Look, what we have got to remember is that no matter how crap we are, for some reason we're still hard to beat. No matter how we don't really lose games, no matter how crap we are and how rubbish we have been, we're still hard to put away and beat. Even Man City, we play Man City and they still struggle to beat us. So we are a hard team to still beat. That is why the draw is very popular with a lot of people. Yeah. Savage, your thoughts, your score?
3-0, Liverpool.
I don't even know what I'm asking because he's already.
Yeah. So anyway, honestly, I know that a lot of people in the chat think I'm joking around. I'm not joking around, bro. I really believe it's going to be 3-0, bro. Like
Andrew, Jesus.
And I think Nunes gets on the score sheet tomorrow as well. I really do, man. So I'm here for it.
Cav?
I don't share as much as I would like to the belief that Savage does. I generally don't know which way this game could go because it's both teams have got like such threats going forward, and they both can be questionable defensively, so it could go any which way. But I do think there'll be goals, and I've got 4-2 to Liverpool in my head. So that's what I'm going to go with.
That was my first shot as well. That's what I was thinking.
I do think it'll be a game where one side will score, then the other side will score, then another will, and it will equalize again, and then I think one team will just end up getting a couple of goals and winning it. I don't think there'll be a point in the game where a team's gone 2-3 goals up and it's kind of, it's done. I think it's going to be competitive throughout. I think.
Yeah. Rods.
I'll be savage 3-0.
Come on.
3-0. Because if we go out, excuse me, if we go out and play that 4-2-3-1 and I think that, and we on our game, and we take that game to the benefit that, right? And as I said, there's so much variety with that front four. There's so much variety there. I don't see them coping with us. Fuck, I don't know here about like Xhaka and I think that because he's dead food. I think at the day, if we get out there and get at him and from that, right, it's 3-0. It is 3-0 and from that. You know what I mean? And then sort of like, you sort of like look at the game on Tuesday. Do you know what I mean? The thing is about anything that, right, this game at the day means more to Arsenal than what it means to us. You know what I mean? It means more to them for that because they really got to beat us in order to be taken seriously. So don't expect Arsenal to sit back. They're going to come at us and that. And we're like that. We love when teams come at us and that because we just rip them apart and that. With Henderson and Thiago in midfield, you mad? It's a 3-0 Bridget. And I think at the day toilet, you know what? Darwin scored a hat trick to Bomba Club. Man, tell that. Right, dog.
Come on. Nah, I'm here for it, bro. I'm here for it, man.
Yeah, all right. Say nothing, man. Say less.
I do love the positivity.
I'm thinking Salah, Nunes, and Hendo tomorrow for the goals.
Oh, man.
Like, go take it to the bookies, man. Take it to the bookies.
Wait, listen, just imagine if Nunes does score a hat trick for that.
Hey.
Everybody said at the end of the day, right, he's dead food. Even that bread there, what's his name? Igal. You know what I mean? Igal saying that, calling man noodles and them thing there. Imagine if he scores a hat trick tomorrow and think that, brother. I will literally go and find out where Robbie is and think that, right? And I'll go down to the studio now.
We could line up a YouTube boxing match between you and Robbie,
Can't have that, mate. Can't have that. You know what I mean? He's my bridges too. He's my bridges too.
Yeah, Robbie's cool.
And he can have it as well, so boy, allow that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. John, yours, mate.
I have 4-1 Liverpool.
Come on.
Fucking hell.
Come on.
Love it.
I love you guys.
Nunes gets 2 and Salah gets 2.
Come on.
350 scoring, yeah?
350. I'm just
you know what? That is the best name ever, bro.
That's just pure disrespectful. 350.
Because before you talk into what it means, bro, it sounds absolutely taller, and you're like, oh shit, that's it.
Disrespect that he's on 350.
It sounds kind of gangster as well at the same time.
It sounds gangster as hell, bro.
350. I'm going to get that shirt. I'm going to get on the back of my new shirt that I'll get. 350 on the back. Arsenal forever. Big up to you. He says Arsenal 3-2. Yeah, it's going to be right, it's mine. It's going to be a tight game. I think this is going to be the game of the season so far. I don't think Arsenal can defend that well. I looked at the Man United game. They caused them issues. Spurs caused Arsenal all kinds of issues. It's just that, Son left his boots at home and just oversourced everything. I think we score goals, but I think we concede. I'm going 3-3.
It's a shout.
I think it's going to be a mad game. It's going to be a mad game. As I said, we're hard to beat. We've lost one Premier League game in 2022, and we're in October. We're hard to beat. I know Arsenal are up for it at the moment. The Emirates is as loud as it's been since they put the first brick into the stadium. But
they're starting to play Never Walk Alone now, that's why.
Yeah, they got their version of You Never Walk Alone, which is a bit dodge. It's got to be hostile.
I hate that Saliba song, bro.
It's got to be hostile, and Arsenal got to be up for it. And as I said, we draw games, but we don't seem to lose.
Yeah, we don't lose money, bro.
Is
it fair to say, Jay, that
very difficult to beat.
I mean, it sounds like a broken record about starting the game quick and stuff and not conceding early, but the Emirates has been rocking. It's been the loudest stadium this season, and they do not shut up, bro. No. You need to silence them very quick because it does spur their players on, honestly. So,
Savage, Arsenal fans never shut up permanently.
Yeah, but usually they never used to be that loud in the stadium, man. But all of a sudden,
No,
watch
in
the
the stadium, they're
documentary
all, I give you,
got
in the
them
stadium, they were
boosting.
never loud, but they never shut their fucking mouths.
Yeah,
And
that's
this
facts.
Sunday, I want to shut
That's
these bastards up.
I think that even if Liverpool go a goal up, I don't think that would silence them. I think the only way you silence them is going at 2 or 3 up, because I think they're a bit different to previous years in the fact that they actually have like pure belief and confidence in their side. Whereas, you know, whenever they've played us before, they've usually been on good runs and then we slap them up, and that reality hits them. Whereas this time around, I think actually now they believe they're a genuinely good side, and we've seen it with their, like, you know, when they concede, they go up the other end of the pitch in quite a lot of games score again. So I don't think the Arsenal fans will lose. The Arsenal team will lose the fans this game, but that's going to be a test for Liverpool. Is like they'll have to ride the early storm, and they've got to be prepared to. Arsenal aren't going to roll over like they once did before. I don't think you're going to turn the crowd, so you're going to have to be on it for 90 minutes.
If Arsenal lose this game, will Arsenal season start to crumble?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it will.
No,
I don't think so.
Arsenal finishing the top 4 comfortably.
I think what it does do is it just tells them that they can't win the league, but they're definitely aiming for second place, and they'll be really excited about that still. So all it really does is cements what their target is, really.
Are Arsenal's aim for second?
Yeah, they will be, yeah. And
they've got us, and then they've got Leeds and then Southampton.
Who's getting second? Because we ain't.
Who's getting second?
Yeah,
I'm still backing my team.
Yeah, I'm still backing my team still.
I'm still backing my team to get second.
So am I. I'm sorry, but you know something. I think with Arsenal and everything that, right? I always said, as I said to the guy called Tony and everything, that your biggest test is going to come when you play Man United, when you play Liverpool, when you play Chelsea, and you play Man City and everything that. Don't worry about those teams that you should be winning against. Do you know what I mean? Your test is when you got to play these 4 teams and everything that. And you can even to a lesser extent, and they put Tottenham in there. Because you know at the end of the day, when they go to Spurs' ground, after they usually flop when they go to Spurs' ground. So, you know, that's their biggest test. That is their biggest test. Now, if these teams that say like, these teams that Man City
can go unbeaten in 12 games in a row. Only 2 teams can win 12 games on a bounce, and it's Liverpool and Man City.
I'm Arsenal. Say they finish 5th and win the Europa League. That's a successful season for them.
No.
Yeah, for them it is. Yeah, for them it is.
For them, maybe.
You know, but you know what isn't anything that. I think what it is in the day, I always go back to this and I think that, as I said to our matey boy and I think that, right, is because over the last 5 seasons and everything that, right, Liverpool have set the standard of how to play football in the Premiership. Everybody's like looked at sort of Liverpool's blueprint of how to play football. You understand me? And I think that, right? And Liverpool's been successful in it. The standards that they had last season for that, everybody's naturally and they expecting Liverpool to have the same standards. You know, I think that because at the end of the day the standards have dropped, we know it's dropped and everything that, right? All of a sudden, they're the same players like Salah shit, players like Virgil van Dijk shit. I've heard people on our podcasts and everything that call Virgil van Dijk a fraud, you know. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So, but the things about it, we are a team at the day. We can turn it on when we're ready. And I think at the day, when we start turning it on and everything, that's it, you know.
Question to all of you, Jess. So if we lose to Arsenal and we lose to City next week, is it time to start panicking about top 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
If we're not in around top 4 by the time we go to the World Cup, then I will be.
Yeah, because that would mean it would be a no winning 3 on it because Brighton drew.
Yeah.
Then that's fair enough to start panicking. Do you guys think that, like, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but we beat Arsenal, and then whether we beat City or draw against, if City draw against us, are they going to go the whole season unbeaten?
City, yeah.
Very well.
I literally was watching them earlier, and I was like,
Haaland's a different.
Looks way too easy for them.
Yeah,
Haaland's different quality, but
they're smashing teams to pieces.
You need to remember, Aston Villa should have beat City. Crystal Palace should have beat City. This City team can't be beat. But that proves it. This City team can't be beat.
I don't think the Crystal Palace one proves it because didn't they end up winning the game 4-2. Even though there's losing 2-0, that doesn't mean they should have beat them. It just means that they went down in the game.
Look at the Villa game.
Their goal record as well this season.
I know, but them games prove that the City team can't be getting that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. I
What I
agree
will
with
say
you.
is, and I know it doesn't matter, but when Arsenal went unbeaten 18 years ago, whatever, there was we were beating them 2-0 at half time, and then Henry mashed us up, bro. Like I remember games where like teams have been down. I'm not trying to be whatever, but I think it's kind of disingenuous to say like if you're down in a game against a lesser team, you should have lost the game, because if you come back and win it or draw it, you deserve to do it.
Savage. You know, he's savage, and I understand what John's saying in that, because the football that Newcastle played, like, let's take Newcastle for instance, and the football that Newcastle played that day and that was brilliant football and everything that. But it's just at the end of the day, sort of like it's just that Man City just had that little bit more in their step at the end of the day that they can pull it back to 3-3 and everything that. And I just think what is it when you see results like that, it kind of like proves that they can be got at, whether you beat them or not. You know what I mean? It proves that I'm not saying you can't
go with them, because you got to remember, like, that thing happened with Newcastle, and for me, Newcastle probably the better team overall. If there's another 5 minutes in that game, Newcastle ain't drawing that game, bro. Man City were peppering them for the last 10 minutes. It was horrible to watch. And obviously the Villa played pretty well against them as well. But I don't know.
That should have been a goal, though.
I really don't care if they go unbeaten or just win the league. Either way, if they win it. So.
Can we do a drugs test on Haaland? Because that's not fucking the
The petition's at 400k now.
Yeah.
Put a petition together, that's hilarious.
There's one.
He's on more than that, mate. When you add it all together, he's only on 900 grand a week, man.
Hey, doesn't that mean that Liz Truss has to bring it up in Parliament, bro?
Yeah, you have to bring it up in Parliament if you get over 100,000. Yeah.
Awkward that is, man.
There's one at 1.5, isn't it, to get him deported?
Yeah.
1.5 million.
Even better, deport the fucker.
Pep made a joke today about it, didn't he?
Yeah,
Pep made a joke about it today. He said, he only scored one goal. No one's getting him sacked or because he ain't that good.
Weren't he born in England?
Yeah. Leeds.
They can't
Leeds.
Because he's
born in Leeds.
He moved out of the country. He's not actually an English citizen.
No, man, he was born in Leeds. He was born in Leeds.
He was born in Leeds, but he's not classed. He didn't live here long enough to be classed an English citizen.
No, but if he's born, he's English.
No, but he doesn't have English citizenship.
You don't need to. He's born over here. It means he's English.
Ricky,
if not, how did he get on a plane to leave the country? If he didn't know,
Ricky,
if you're born
John don't want him in the country, then.
I just want the bastard in this fucking country.
John don't want him in the country, then.
Listen, England should have begged him to play.
John wants to be like Who's that guy that the head of UKIP?
Oh wow!
I'll bring that up.
Yeah, John wants to be Nigel Farage over Ireland.
Don't bring him up. Fuck no.
Stop it.
Can I
Jesus Christ, don't.
I calm down in the comment section. It's a bit mad still.
Right, guys, comments have been flowing. We've had over almost 2,000 people in today, so big up to everybody.
Big up everybody.
Been a great show. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Thank you very much. I'm back tomorrow for the Arsenal watch along. So, Arsenal fans, if you are winning, come in and give me your best shot. I'll take it. I don't care.
I'm saying that Jamie says that, man, but I don't know if you've seen Jamie angry, bro. It might not be a good idea for you to come in, bro. I've seen this kid lose his mind in pre-season, bro. I've seen him in pre-season about to kill everyone, bro.
Listen, Savage. Jamie kicked up YT the other day in the bus.
I kicked a bloke and broke his jaw, right? He tried to break into my house while I was live on air. I kicked the face out of my window, came back to my live, and no one. I was like, "What the hell?" Then the other day, he turned up and tried to get me arrested and for breaking his jaw.
He's a fucking pain. The other side, you can't.
Listen, I'm not trying to troll on that, but that is kind of gangster what he's done, bro. He came on your property and said, "Listen, I don't care if I tried to break it. You broke my jaw, bro."
I'm not feeling that.
It's the maddest.
So yeah, it's a mad one, guys. It's a mad one.
But yeah, just watch Jamie, man. If Jamie starts rocking back and forth and his cheeks go red, just get out of the stream, bro. Like, trust me.
Just leave.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that either.
Just leave, guys.
And sometimes it's after 5 minutes, bro. Like, I'm not joking. This is crazy, bro.
Sometimes
he starts in good spirits and that, and then he's like, Oh, brother, I seen it like one of the games, like 27 seconds on the
seen
clock.
it.
He's like, we're playing fucking shit. I'm like, bro, they haven't touched the ball,
He
bro.
goes like, what are you fucking doing? What are you doing? Can't you play football? What are you doing?
It's like the third minute. It's like, I told everyone I don't see what it is about Shimmikas. It's good, but it's overrated. I don't understand what's going on, bro. I'm like, bro, it's 3 minutes in the game. It's that one cross, bro.
He don't give a shit. He don't care, baby.
It is intense, yeah. So make sure,
Football can do that to you, man. It's
make
mad.
sure you
stop
tune in at 4 o'clock, guys, for that. Me getting angry. And then I will be back at 10 p.m. Sunday night for the After Dark podcast with the boys.
Are you doing?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not going to be there, but Oh no, it's the same day, and I was about to say you're doing a flipping post-match show, but you have 3 streams to do then. So nah.
I might do. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. So guys in the chat, if you don't know, I've got another channel. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now, guys. So that's my link to my other YouTube channel there, guys. No, not that one. There you go. There's my link to my other channel, guys. That's where I do the After Dark podcast. So it's me and the boys. We basically do like a 3-hour, 4-hour podcast where we just take the mick out of everybody and everyone and tell stories and have jokes. And yeah, it's a good time. So if you all want to join in,
Ricky, you busy tomorrow, bro? Because it's a dangerous place to be in this podcast, bro.
Depends on the result.
Yeah,
I'm
to be
be
fair,
seen all next week. My
I was
brother's
just about to say that, man. Imagine everyone's face if we lost the game, bro, on the podcast.
mate, my brother's an Arsenal fan, so I'll have to deal with him as well.
Oh,
yeah, man.
that's brutal, bro.
I hear that. My brother's an Arsenal fan as well. I hear that.
Yeah,
I'm not feeling that.
Yeah, come and join us, guys. Come and join us for that. And if
I gotta watch that game at the flipping NEC, bro.
Savage ain't gonna be with us till 11 o'clock because he's out. But yeah, everyone else.
Listen, Cav, unlike you, bro. I put my missus' birthday first, like that.
Yeah,
this geezer had a missus' birthday and flew off to IB for straight away, bro. So
is that you, King? Is that you, Cav?
Yeah, that was me.
I'm a bad man enough.
Oh man. What are we gonna do? We're gonna substitute someone in for Savage.
Substitute. He's got to be in at 11. I mean, he's coming in. He's just talking about him like he's not here. He's right there. Just ask him.
Yeah, it's kind of disrespectful for that, Cav. Now I know what you're talking about.
Jamie, mark his card. Mark his card, Jamie. I was 5 minutes late last week, and this guy cooked me up. So mark him down.
Cav, no, Jamie. Listen, that was not 5 minutes, bro. That was 13 minutes.
I was 5 minutes. You lot started the stream 15 minutes late. I don't know why.
What one?
You know when?
Bro. You was. I went into the stream what you was on, and you were still talking.
Oh, when he was on Grizzly Show last Sunday. Yeah. That's all good. Right, guys. So we'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow for the watch on at 4 o'clock, and then on my other channel at 10 o'clock at night, guys, for the After Dark podcast. Till then, make sure I've sent links in the live chat for everyone else's YouTube channel, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe to it. Big up to everybody. See you all soon, and